you'd freak out. We had a hurricane and a tree fall through my house, and I'm up on my roof in my fucking swim trunks and nothing else.
Just
chucking and hucking. And they funny.
Well, also, if this is not your bag, baby, you're not gonna
your grail of tea.
Right, you're not gonna be in it, and you're not gonna want to watch the movies that are under it.
One signed copy of This Is My Bag.
Okay, put it in. Let's go. One receipt for a Swedish penis enlarger pump, signed by Austin Danger Powers.
Perfect.
Killed himself.
And then he hung himself
That's
while the surveillance cameras around his
Weren't working.
stuff.
What do you think that security guard was doing?
Jerking it.
But
Not to him. What are you gonna do? What are you supposed to do?
my point being is no, I feel like you do snippers.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
have
I
you
feel
thought-
like
have you thought about this?
I just
What?
No, I
how
just
big
feel
are your
like that-
snippers?
I just feel like that's the quick.
You
I just think
get
that's
the
the
big bolt
quickest
cutters.
So this psychopath, like this crazy woman comes out and she's got like a small guillotine, like a hot dog guillotine.
But you know what I mean? I just mean
she slides it on
I just mean
and
I
she's
think
like,
that's
"Oh, you
the
ready?"
quickest way.
No,
Like,
you take one of those cigar snippers, right, and just.
Oh!
well, but that's essentially what I mean is a snipper, like one of the bigger cable cutters or something, where it's like a
Just tip.
one hand you could just
Yes.
and her mentally snapped.
Is it Bop It or Bob It?
Bob it. It's not Bob it. It's not like the
Bob it.
game.
Punch it.
Bob
Twist
it.
it.
Okay,
Turn.
that would be ironic.
Bob it.
God, why did those games just go out of style?
But
I
her
know why.
husband-
Cell phones. Or as the Chinese call it, ping pong.
Dude, Balls of Fury is hilarious.
Loud.
He was just on the list.
allowed.
Ryan Reynolds,
To yeah.
Paul Rudd, Paul Giamatti.
He's going balls. Just different balls.
Hey, welcome to the Decision Reel Movie Review Podcast, where we try to stay on the reels and give you the best
Christopher Walken.
fucking movie review podcast out there. It's crazy.
Number one.
Yo,
Foo Fighters.
In my heart podcast.
ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. Sorry.
Fighters.
This
Didn't
week,
Dave Grohl tell him that, like, hey, it's pronounced? Didn't he?
No,
tell
yeah,
him
he
how to
came up, he's
enunciate?
like, hey,
said in an
Dave.
interview. He was
He's
like,
like,
"What's the? Where's the?
what's the
the infliction or whatever it's called?"
inflection? No, he's just like, what do I emphasize, the Foo or the fighter? And he's just like, it's Foo Fighters, right? And he's like, okay. And then he goes out there, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. It's fucking
Perfect.
hilarious.
It's
It is.
perfect.
It's good.
And then when they were on it recently, they had him. He wasn't in any of the rest of the show, but
And
they
he
had
just
him
showed
come
up.
back and do it. They introduced him again. It was just a few months ago. The Foo Fighters were on, and they
The
had
Foo
him do it.
Fighters.
Gotta have that cowbell.
I think he did it. I think he did. He changed it this time though. I think
Okay.
it was like Foo Fighters. Like I think he like
Maybe he did the Foo
the
Fighters.
opposite or something.
Which makes it that much better.
Can you boo someone for if he said it normally? I'd be like, come on, man.
Maybe.
Don't you do it to me.
Don't you?
Like yeah, because if
Don't
he just
change
went
it
up there
now.
and he was just like more cowbell, like that's lame.
I need
You have to
less
s-
cowbell.
You have to say it like.
I got a fever.
And-
Or if he was like fever. I am ill with. a
I'm trying to
fever.
remember the. I wake up and I put my pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. But once they're on, I make gold records.
That's probably the best quote out of the
Yeah,
whole
that's
thing.
pretty good. Yeah. Anyways, we're here to review a movie that Walter picked last week, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
First British humor one, you think, that we've done?
Yes, I think so. Definitely,
Yeah.
maybe the oldest movie we've looked at. I mean, we looked at
be.
Blazing Saddles. We looked at.
Ooh, it might be a little. Ooh,
I think it's.
don't know.
I think this is older. Honestly, this could be the record for the oldest movie we're looking at.
This I
Yeah.
had some thoughts about all these guys that are like groups,
Incredible
like the
thoughts.
Gilmore groups and the Happy Lizard
Yeah,
or whatever.
Broken
it's-
Lizard.
Broken Lizard group.
I knew the
I feel
Gilmore
like that's
Girls.
kind of where a lot of this came from. Like a lot of the
People like, hey, let's
let's
get
get a group
troop.
of bros
Yeah,
and
and-
fucking get this shit out,
Look,
kind of thing.
I'm not gonna
The
say
OG friend group. That
the
did
life
comedies.
of being in a group of dudes making comedy movies must be amazing.
But it's got to be fucking good, right?
Imagine just getting together, me and you, and making a movie of us just goofing around.
Oh, 100%.
But
And
it's
then put a theme with it.
right.
Yeah, easy.
Think about when Broken Lizard made the first Super Troopers. They must have been having the best time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like and then they got to do it how many more times with how many other movies?
Yeah, well, that's some of the best shit, the funniest shit, like South Park. A couple bros.
It's just
A couple bros.
Who's the Gilmore Group? Are you talking about the Happy Madison production guys?
Yeah, well,
okay, yeah.
after it became, well, it's mainly fucking what's his face, but it's like a group of dudes now.
Well,
Yeah, Happy
Madison.
Madison,
They don't
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's
he
the
was
Happy
in
Madison.
like every movie. All those
Yeah.
guys are in the same movie with the
Exactly.
family,
Yeah.
right? I mean, look at. You know what's kind of funny? We talked about it last week. I was watching Airheads, right?
Yeah.
When Adam Sandler goes outside in the beginning of the movie after they're in KPPX, the radio station, to like check if the coast is clear and there's a cop out there, that cop is the guy that's in every movie that Adam Sandler's ever been. He's his caddy from Happy Gilmore. He's the guy that's like in everything.
The caddy from Happy, like the black guy.
Well, and then even the
I was
other
gonna say, I was
The
gonna what was
guy
his
with the
fa-
beard.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Steve.
I think his name's something Dante. Or
Oh
no,
my
I know
he's-
what you're
God,
talking about.
what
The
is his
homeless
name?
guy that
Yeah,
he paid.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't
What
know.
are we talking about?
I don't know.
Steve
Muscolzi.
There's me.
Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
He's in it too, and he was in a lot of the
Correct.
Happy Madison movies.
But not
before they were Happy
till
Madison.
later, right? It wasn't.
No, he was in.
Oh, Billy Madison. You're
he
right.
was in Big Daddy.
He's like
Steve Buscemi was in Big Mad.
He was the homeless dude.
Oh yeah,
that he was the
Fucking
one in the Happy
side
Meal.
eye.
Or
That
the
guy.
He's like,
hot
when did they
pancakes or
stop?
whatever.
When did they stop serving breakfast at 11 o'clock?
Because he
Can
wanted
he
a
make one eye
sandwich.
go a different direction? Can you even
No.
do that?
I can
Yes.
just. I can.
I can make
Okay.
one go in and the other not.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Oh
That's
Jesus!
freaky.
I knew it. She's got a disability.
I don't think I can do the other one. Maybe I can.
Just one?
Oh,
no,
did I
no,
do
that
it?
was two at the same time.
Does that make your eyes water?
Probably for.
But that's how old Steve looked in fucking Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Oh no! What was the one? Mr. Deeds.
Was the deeds? Yeah, that was the deeds.
I think that might have been.
What do you want?
another one.
There
Oreos
are
on his
people
pizza?
though online that their eyes can go. I can't
Yeah,
do
I don't.
like.
I don't. To be
I
honest,
can just do the one cross.
the chameleon thing.
What you
All right,
do
my
though is
head
I
hurts now.
have to like
Sorry.
kind of
Yeah, don't-
cross
you're gonna
them
kill yourself.
first and then just move the one. Is usually what I have to do. Like you cross them for your eyes are closed.
Nope, can't do it.
No, I'm not even gonna try.
That hurts.
I'm
Steve's
not even
already
trying.
blind. We don't need it any worse.
We do not need to do that. I can't see anything at all.
That's why we're doing a podcast.
Right.
old face for radio.
It's weird because it's not like I can't.
Eyes for radio.
I can't watch myself do it. You know what I mean? Obviously,
Yeah,
because your
obviously.
eyes are
Watch
crossed,
it
so I
back
don't
later
know,
on
like-
YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, you can find us on YouTube if you
Ooh,
listen
nice.
to the podcast. You can subscribe
Oh my
on
God,
there. You
people
can leave a
tell
comment.
Just to see me make goofy faces.
Yeah, look, you got to see what
Look at
Tara's
this
doing with her
idiot.
eyeballs here.
Yo, I have a podcast, and you know what we do the whole time? Just fucking
We
stare at each other cross-eyed.
We try to move
Cross
our
eyes.
eyeballs a lot,
Yeah.
and it's a good time.
Well, a lot of the dudes in this movie got some fucking goofy ass faces too.
Well, they're
French
the
guy?
British.
The French dude.
Whatever. the part where they're just throwing animals off the castle. What?
Poor cow.
It was fake as shit,
the fakest cow ever
Poor
in
cow.
cinema.
but also
They
hilarious.
must not have rules over there, you know. animal
It's
abuse
one
rules. They
step
can
above
just, like, throw
the movie
cows.
Twister.
Tara, it was like this
I don't
movie
like
was in the
that
70s.
either.
The cow's like,
It's a
"Mrrr."
Yeah, just
CGI
flying
cow.
by.
It's CGI.
Sure.
That piss was digital.
Or that.
Prove it. Watch the movie. It looks so bad now. Anyways, they're making another Twister that's coming out this year called
Yeah, it's
Twisters.
so fucking
Ooh,
stupid.
more than one.
Yeah,
It's, plural.
it took 25 years for another Twister to show up.
I love the first
There
one.
was more than one in the first one. He chased multiple twisters.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not at the same time.
Yeah, at
same
one
time.
point, at one part
Sisters.
there
No,
were
they
the
they-
sister.
Twister Sisters.
Yeah,
what?
the sisters drop. Yeah, I was about
It
to
was
say.
the water spouts.
You're right. You're right.
It's two water spouts.
Look, I haven't
I
seen
saw
that
water
movie in
spout.
forever.
I believe
did
that,
you?
that
That was the scariest moment of my life because
bet.
the water spout was the cow part. Too, right?
storms are not.
Was it?
Not your thing.
That's not my vibe. I am terrified of
You-
storms.
you need a
Every
thunder buddy.
thunderstorm, in my mind,
That sounds like a vibrator.
my thunder buddy.
You could have one for each.
In my mind, every thunderstorm
Is death.
is a tornado coming directly from my house.
Well,
Like
that's a
I
good
get
one.
I get so. Oh yeah, it is. For sure.
Oh yeah.
It's unrealistic, but like
Dude, we had
I get panicked.
you'd freak out. We had a hurricane and a tree fall through my house, and I'm up on my roof in my fucking swim trunks and nothing else.
Just
chucking and hucking. And they funny. I only have three swimming, maybe two swimming, and one of them was the American flag, and those are the ones I was wearing.
Amazing.
And I'm just up on the fucking
roof in a storm with American flag.
It's like a 50-foot drop in the back, like 40-foot drop in the back.
No.
What was that? 2 years? No.
It was about 2 or 3 years ago when that happened the first time.
So I don't know if you remember my parents' house.
Yeah, good tree cut that bitch in half.
Oh, dude, wild.
Yeah, I remember showing up the next day. He gave me the phone call, and everyone was down there like hucking and moving stuff.
Yeah, that was bad.
We have a tree right now that I don't really feel totally comfortable with behind our house that like rocks a little bit when.
Well, this was back.
I'm like,
what
it's
was
gonna hit my living room.
What was the big hurricane that came through? Like
after
Which
Katrina.
one?
There's the big one after Katrina.
This was like 2008, 2009-ish.
I don't know. My mom was named after a hurricane.
Hurricane
Donna. She was born while Hurricane Donna was.
Maybe the hurricane was named after your mom. Oh. I guess it would be depends on the time.
Because she wasn't named yet, because she was not born. So like.
Could have been a thought.
Could have been. It was there. We heard it.
Thought.
Anyway, the movie at large that we got to talk about here, The Holy Grail, Monty Python.
Dude, tell me, you guys.
The plot of this movie. Hold on.
This funny.
King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table embark on a surreal, low-budget search for the Holy Grail, encountering many very silly obstacles.
He just goes around killing everybody. Dude, this movie. Do you guys like this kind of shit? Because I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't know if Tara and Steve actually into this kind of comedy. Because
I'm gonna let Tara go first.
This
I
shit
was
is
about
hilarious.
to say I was gonna let you go first.
Go ahead. That's why I brought it. That's why I chose
do find it funny, but I think now watching it, I'm kind of zoned out when I watch.
Did you watch it by yourself too? Because I'm curious.
Today
this is definitely a dude party.
It's a couple
watch.
of people.
People. I've seen it multiple times too. So like, I feel like the first couple times it's probably funnier. Now I'm kind of like, when I watch it, I know everything. That's like, you know what I mean?
I'll say
because a lot of the funny in it is because it's ridiculous.
Right.
And so if you know that that's
100%.
coming, it takes a little bit away. It takes a little bit away from it.
Yeah, obviously there's a couple big hits in the movie that are coming that you're like, yeah, this is why this movie has, been here all this time. But I'm going to kind of piggyback off what you said. Like, yeah, watching it back now, I'm like, what's going on my phone world?
Dude,
I picked this up
my phone a lot today. But again, I probably watched it. I probably watched it last year, honestly, like because I was looking for something and it came up. So it's not like it's been years since I watched it and was like a refresher.
This has been a long time for me, but I remember absolutely loving it back then. Now I'm kind of just like,
bring out your dead.
Yeah,
it's like Machine Gun Fire too. If you didn't pay attention to that when you were young, like the conversations
like
that are
stuff you
had.
could miss.
Yeah, it's fast. They are talking fast the whole time.
And them being British too. There's that comedy and that style of that era is a quick talking, fast delivery, like Joko second kind of type thing. Where if you're not paying attention, number one, you're not hearing all the jokes, and then you're not getting the third or fourth joke because it relates back to the first one.
We are no longer the knights who say knee.
Exactly. It's my favorite part. It's my fucking favorite part. Give me a shrubbery.
You need a shrubbery.
Not,
with a little path.
Not an expensive one.
Look, I laughed again watching this by myself, but
'tis a flesh wound.
It is a flesh wound.
You have lost.
It's so good.
He's hopping around there.
The part where he's
you daft bastard.
Yeah, nothing, and he's like, "Fine, you give up, huh?" Or whatever he says, and he like walks away.
Dude, it starts off minus the coconuts. Like,
where did you get that? We found them.
Part of the movie, you're just like wondering what the fuck. You think they saw a sound man do it one time, like one of those guys that are like, and they're like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Well, I got some fun facts for that a little bit later in the show if you guys want to stick around to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, us?
But maybe, or anybody who's watching, listening. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Where to watch this guy? If you have a subscription to Netflix, it's on Netflix. If you want to pay to rent it, Amazon, YouTube, Google Play, and Apple TV only. Not really everywhere. You would think this.
I did already know it was on Netflix because that's where I watched it before.
I watched it when we went camping.
You know what, though? I have not seen the other Monty Python movies. This is the only one I've seen.
So, I mean, obviously they had the show, which was big.
Which I've never watched the show.
Ministry of Silly Walks.
But a couple of they do have, I think there's like 3 of them on Netflix right now.
Oh, is
I don't know how many there were, but.
Dude, this one's the best.
But this is the only one I've
This
seen.
is the one that everybody
I've heard that. So
talks
that's why
about,
I think that's why I
remembers
never
him for.
went to look for the other. You know, I've never like.
Well, also,
tried.
if this is not your bag, baby, you're not gonna
your grail of tea.
Right, you're not gonna be in it, and you're not gonna want to watch the movies that are under it.
One signed copy of This Is My Bag.
Okay, put it in. Let's go. One receipt for a Swedish penis enlarger pump, signed by Austin Danger Powers.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This movie is written by, who do you think? Monty Python. Yeah. It's directed by Terry Gilliam and Terry Jones, who are members of Monty Python. It's rated PG. Back in the day, they would just give out ratings. They don't tell you why.
They just did it.
Just PG. But no, this one's G, not R. No reasons.
It's probably like a racketeering thing. Or
No, I think it was because
back
then they didn't really have a guideline. It was literally they watched
$3,000 to make this a little bit more of a PG.
I don't need so much P in it. I just need it to be G. Back that off a little bit. Give me a G.
I just need a little bit of P. Yeah.
I mean, depending on who you are.
Are we talking about parents or penis? What are we talking about?
I was talking
parental
guidance
Yeah.
or
Parental
penal
guidance.
What?
Parental guidance.
Okay. Guidance? Guidance? Sure. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is starring Graham Chapman as Arthur, King of the Britons, the Hiccuping Guard, and the middle head of the three-headed giant, as well as the voice of God.
It's perfect.
One dude, all this. Oh, look, John Cleese is Sir Lancelot the Brave, the Black Knight, French Tontar, and Tim the Enchanter, amongst other roles.
He's the face.
John Cleese is the guy you think of when you hear of Monty Python.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We also have Terry Gilliam as Patsy, Arthur's servant, the soothsaying bridgekeeper, the Green Knight, Sir Bors, and himself as the weak-hearted animator, also amongst other roles. All these guys just doing everything. Eric Idle as Sir Robin, the not-quite-so-brave as Sir Lancelot, Lancelot's squire, Concord, the collector of dead, Roger the Shrubber, and Brother Maynard. Also got Terry Jones as Sir Belvedere, the Wise, Prince Herbert, Dennis's mother, and the left head of the three-headed giant. Michael Palin as Sir Galahad the Pure, leader of the Knights Husaini, Lord of Swamp Castle.
We are the Knights Husaini.
Dennis and the right head of the three-headed giant. And then Connie Booth as Myth Islington, the witch.
Nice.
Because, she was the witch.
Yeah.
But she was.
She's made of wood. She was made of wood.
I have the perfect, what does he say? The perfect weight system or whatever to put him on.
A duck.
I love how she's also just like, well,
Yep, this is it.
Can't argue with that.
I'm a witch.
One of my favorite parts is where the very beginning, where the dude's collecting the dead, and he's like, "I'm alive. I am healthy." He fucking hits him.
No, you're not.
For a second, I was like, "What is this? This Asian people having a good time eating?" But it's apparently them talking about Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Runtime.
Kind of long. It feels long sometimes.
92 minutes.
Oh, right
Pretty
there.
short. And if you take out the beginning and the end, it's not very long.
If you take out the movie.
No, like, so the beginning, think about it.
When
There's
they
all
show
those
up in
credits.
the trucks and arrest them, like it's like medieval times and these like modern day like police officers.
I feel like they had a budget and they just smacked the end of it and they're like, all right, this is how we're ending it.
I also like the part where they show the old guy, the historian or whatever, and a dude just rides by and slices his neck.
Well, that's why they were being arrested, right?
I don't know.
Because that's that lady.
Yeah,
the
that's why
lady
they're hunting
worked.
them down, yeah.
It was just so randomly like, okay, that's funny.
Dude, and then like the guy, he goes through like when he's saving the guy from the castle with all the women, he's just killing everyone. And then when they're saving the guy from getting married, just killing everyone.
Killing
in
them all.
His path.
There's a lot of, a death in this movie for something that's a comedy.
There's a part where he's just fucking killing everybody.
That's what I'm saying. He just goes through. He's just
that's one of the more. This sounds morbid, but the more funny parts of the movie because he has no idea.
There's no rhyme or reason. There's just walking. Like there's people just shopping,
and he tries to leave afterwards. Sorry, this movie's good. I find that shit hilarious. I like British humor too. Like I'm a big fan. We were talking about like Bean, Mr. Bean, and stuff like that. He's fucking the best. He's hilarious.
I used to watch the Mr. Bean show all the time, and
it's still a great watch in the middle of the night, by the way.
Right, and the genius of it is you have a character who cannot talk.
Yeah,
they don't tell you why. He just doesn't talk.
It's got to be, and so with that, it's got to be physical humor. You have to be able to do everything. Right, like,
and
it's weird hearing him too.
Oh yeah, he's got.
When he actually talks.
Yeah, but he's just genius. Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Bean, like
You ever watch him do that fake piano thing?
The drum one too is amazing.
Yeah.
Like almost.
Wait, no, yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. The fake drum one.
Because
hilarious.
What was that?
How do you remember all that?
I know, right?
What was the Olympics that they had him? Like he came out.
The London Olympics.
Was it when it was?
I would assume.
I assume that.
Yeah. 2012.
He started it. Like he came out and was just like,
"This is the biggest thing we got." Mr. Bean,
but it was so because he comes out and he's like,
"Put him on."
He's like, "Where am I?"
What is he
gonna
do?
Acting like he stumbled out there. Like
we got somebody to open the Olympics who doesn't speak. Put him out there first.
We should
let him go.
We should have a category. We should have a national treasure category
for each country.
Worldwide. Oh yeah, just everything. Worldwide treasures. Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
100%.
Okay, yeah. Who would you say America?
Paul Rudd. National treasure.
Nah.
He's a national treasure.
Hold on.
Come on.
Definitely top 5. Let's go with that. Definitely top 5, Paul Rudd. But beyond that,
I like Paul Rudd, but I don't know if I'd categorize top 5.
I'd say top 5 national treasure, not,
Who? Okay, so who then?
Maybe Keanu Reeves.
National treasure.
It's got to be somebody
cool fucking
That's fine, and I don't dislike Keanu, but
Australia is definitely Hugh Jackman, right? Let's be real.
Sure.
Yeah. It's got to be somebody who's charismatic, sweet, endearing.
What about a Jackie Chan? Jackie Chan's a national treasure.
Oh, from China.
Minus the womanizing. Sure. Yeah.
We don't know about that.
Not for certain, but most likely.
Sure.
And his gay daughter that he just said no to. But besides that, treasure.
Robin Williams would have been national treasure.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, I agree with that. Are we going living or dead, though?
Well, obviously for Robin Williams.
Yeah. Mummified treasure.
George Washington.
Yeah, you read up on that guy. I believe his teeth
was made of wool.
He's been opted out.
Yeah, no, you're right.
There was slave teeth. There was deer teeth.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yeah, I believe he's been voted off the island in recent times. He was, but I don't think he is anymore.
Well, Robin Williams,
Benjamin Franklin. I don't know why I'm going to
What are you going to be president?
What are you? I'm joking.
No one wants any of that as national treasure.
I think Robin Williams is a good pick.
Steve Irwin, if we're doing dead people.
Oh, for Australia. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
He might be top 5 of everywhere.
Of the world.
Yeah.
Probably.
National treasure of the world. Like if aliens came down and like present us with your
best humans, maybe top 5.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely not Stephen Hawking anymore because we saw what list he was on, right?
Yeah.
What?
Here's
what was he doing?
I don't want to get.
I saw the Best Friends podcast or Bad Friends podcast with what the fuck's his name? Anyways, the guy's like, "Take me to the island. I want to go now." I was like, "Oh my god!
I will discover your black hole."
I do not in any way.
Oh my god!
Want to get into this?
Let's fucking do it. Okay.
This hole that we're about to dive into, but what's really confusing.
Hold on.
What's really confusing about these lists that have come out now is there's no rhyme or reason. What I don't like about the media reporting on these lists is no one knows what these lists mean yet. Like, just because a name is on them, it doesn't mean they've done anything wrong. It doesn't mean that they even have ever
correct.
Been
You're
100%
correct.
It could just mean that he's talked about them before, or he.
Nope, they're Illuminati.
You're on the list. Get out.
They're fucking.
No, what Tara's saying is completely true, right? Because who knows what that list was about?
I just think it's irresponsible to be.
You don't think these people are all just naked in seance, on this island?
No.
As much as people want that to happen,
goats.
I don't think that's the thing. Like, okay, let's be real. Maybe there was some. hey, I got all these underage girls coming fucking fuck them on my island. Like, no one's going to know.
I'm not saying that.
Don't ever say that.
That's what the whole thing is.
And absolutely not saying that everybody on the list is innocent. What I'm saying is it's not, I think it's irresponsible reporting to just, without any context, just being like, oh, well, this one person was mentioned. Okay.
Do you think Miss Maxwell was murdered on purpose? Maxwell?
I thought she was still alive.
I don't think she's dead.
You're talking Epstein. Epstein was murdered.
The actual, yeah.
I thought she went to jail and then was murdered.
No, she's in jail.
Okay.
Epstein went to jail.
He killed himself.
And then he hung himself while the surveillance cameras around his stuff.
What do you think that security guard was doing?
Jerking it.
But
not to him. What are you gonna do? What are you supposed to do?
My point being is that think about all the people that you know or that you've encountered in your life. If somebody you've just encountered in your life went to jail for murder, that doesn't have anything to do with me.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like it's a rocky road.
They're all guilty. Who's on that list that you're defending right now, Dara?
I didn't look at the list.
I have no idea.
Also, here's the thing too that you got to think of. Just because, and I hate to say this, and I'm not defending any single person, just because one guy has been told or claimed that he had an island in which people came for him to have underage girls there, there's nothing saying what happened there, right? But also, that doesn't mean he wasn't also doing other things that he was giving stuff to other people, right? So let's say, hey, I am doing this, right, on one side of the things, but also, hey, I can get you a fucking luxury yacht, and I know a good guy because I'm connected this way. So, hey, give me your number. I'm going to put you on my list for who to call next for a fucking yacht.
And that's what I mean, because there are the amount of people, especially when you're in that tier of people, you know so many fucking people.
You're rubbing elbows with everybody.
It doesn't mean...
No.
Like, everybody that I've met in my life, and I've met way less people, if that person does something shady, it doesn't mean I knew that they were doing it.
No, but also,
I have no idea.
If you are on the list because you're on flight logs going to his island...
Well, but that's what I'm saying, is the lists aren't saying...
multiple times.
But that's what I mean, is a lot of the media outlets are just reporting that someone was named in the case.
But they do have flight logs too, and they do have lists of that.
Didn't say that stuff. But that's what I'm saying, is that they're just saying, oh, such and such was mentioned.
Well, that
could mean a number of things.
If someone invited you to their private island, would you just go?
Yeah.
I know, right?
So that's the thing.
But that's what I mean.
Right,
It doesn't mean you're going because you know.
Maybe we vote out like single trip as
right, because I went there and went, oh, this is what's going on here. I'm getting out, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean, because
if you
have
take
to
a
know.
second trip,
you also have to.
Guilty.
You have to.
Maybe not though, because hold on. Maybe remember.
Hold on. We also need to say again, we are not supporting anything that any of the bad stuff that went on.
Tara's defending everybody.
Obviously not.
Like,
we are taking the devil's advocate here of what's going on. So let's look at the movie.
People that we don't know their connections.
Let's look at the movie Hostel for a second. You guys remember the movie Hostel?
Yeah,
sure.
lady blood everywhere.
Sure.
Out the gate.
The whole thing was they had a secret society in which rich people could pay to murder people, right?
Right. Yeah.
But there's also tiers of that.
I'm joking.
There's tiers of that. So let's say those same people, because they're doing this, also can get you a nice fucking Mercedes-Benz, right? I'm still going to be in contact with these people somehow, but I don't know all this other shady business they're doing,
and that's what I'm saying.
So even if I went to the island, and let's say I was there hanging out, and we're having a good time rubbing elbows with all these famous people, I don't get invited to the other side of the island where they're whatever, right?
Whatever is going on
so
said
if I'm
space.
not in that and I never knew it, how am I now in the public eye of being, oh, well, you're a pedophile?
And this is what I'm saying. And obviously a little bit different situation. But think about some of the people that have been persecuted or whatever for doing bad things.
Let's look at this list because I haven't looked at it.
No, I said I didn't want to go that far into it.
Jimmy Kimmel's not on it.
But
here.
For example,
is Fallon?
People loved Ted Bundy before they found out he was out killing everybody.
100%.
And that's what I'm saying is like, you don't know. You could be best friends with someone and have no fucking idea what they're out doing.
Correct.
And so that's all I'm saying. That's all I was trying to say is I think that it's irresponsible until more details come out for people to just be throwing shit on the cover of their Instagrams.
We are in the age of Everything is a
released shit.
second, and
They just release shit.
and no one thinks about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So I could say, this person did this without any John who?
We're not doing
John
that.
Connolly.
John
New York
Connolly.
police detective turned investigator journalist
I don't know who that
who
is.
investigated Epstein.
He was on the list, so he went there. But if he was there on work, he's investigating.
Michael Jackson, he's on the
But
list.
that's another thing too, right? Like,
I'm just saying names. You
no,
guys...
I know that.
Well, there are also people that's even cases against Michael
Kevin
Jackson.
Spacey.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yep. See,
I feel
that
like
tracks.
you're pulling out the some of the obvious.
Yeah,
ones.
he's going.
I am.
through.
I'm big namers is what I'm hitting.
I'm
George
dropping
Lucas.
Uh-oh.
Well, fucking Star. Like that's a lot of that's a lot of big ones.
That's what I'm
right
saying.
there.
I saw
But
Cameron
also, like,
Diaz
hey,
was on a list,
hold
and
on,
in your
hey,
mind you go Cameron Diaz.
We're having this huge Star Wars party at my private island. Can we have you come out? I'll pay you $1 million. Okay, now you're on the list. You don't know.
He was a
There's
fucked
a lot of people on
person.
this that was associated that just died. There's a lot of people on this list that just associated.
They're
that just
also
fucking
older
died.
too, because a lot of this stuff goes back from what it's.
Naomi Campbell.
Again, hey, we're having a party. We need you to be arm candy for somebody. Stephen Hawking. I would like to see black holes. What kind of black holes?
Fucking Bruce Willis. God damn it, Bruce.
Yeah, he was like, I'm trying to die hard.
But this is what I'm saying. You're saying, God damn it, like, because that's what people are doing. Is they're
you're
reading
automatically looking at it and saying,
he did some fucked up shit.
Right.
Just because his name is on there. We do not know any context right now.
Cameron Diaz.
And we probably, that's what I just said. Cameron Diaz is on the list. That was one of the ones I saw the news outlets post about because it was the shock factor. Who would have thought Cameron Diaz? Her reps have already come out saying she didn't even know him. Like, because
again, you're getting invited to a
some
party
of it is
or
just
whatever,
they were mentioned in the case. It doesn't they're not actually on, like,
correct.
it doesn't actually say what they're.
Corbin, my man, Corbin.
We're moving on from this. I can't do it anymore.
Corbin, my man. Corbin.
Close your phone.
Sean Lee.
1, 2, 3.
Nobody don't understand the words are coming out of your mouth. He's like, all right, I'll go. Will we go to the island? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm past,
Epstein, my man.
I passed the big names, I think, so we're good.
Yeah, well, there's one big name you haven't said, and it's fine. Don't say it.
And I've seen that one, if it's the one that I'm thinking
Which one?
of.
Tell me, so I don't have to keep looking.
No, I don't want to because I don't want to be throwing
This is
things
a long
around.
list.
I don't want to be throwing things around until I see more information because that one would literally kill my soul.
Oh, I was talking about somebody else.
It was Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Was it Ryan Reynolds
Just
on
say
there?
it. Just say
But
it.
it was someone that I consider a national treasure.
Paul Rudd.
No.
No.
I've seen Tom Hanks' name thrown around a lot.
Oh, yeah, I have too.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Tom, old Tommy Hanks.
I've seen his name
He
thrown
was
around a lot
Castaway. He could have
in
been the
past.
island. You don't know
But
that.
it's also, again, like, it's the same people who have been, like, you get them photographed with the Clintons. You've seen people photographed with the Trumps. You've seen people, and then all of a sudden they're
yeah, in it. And it's
in
like,
it, guilty by association. And
well,
it's
we
just,
knew
you just
because
don't
Hillary was
know.
eating all those baby
And
fetuses. Where do you think he's got
just
it from?
in the world of social media and everything, you get a paparazzi picture of someone talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden they conspired to murder or something. Like,
Dude, there's a lot of people in there that
I
conspired, but it's
know.
mostly people that worked with him so far. So, anyways, on Monty Python.
but it's also, and again, not to go back, but like there were people,
only one island here.
There were people, including women, who were in Weinstein movies who possibly didn't know any of the stuff that he had done to other women. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Weinstein was a fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, the stuff that you've read and everything.
Well,
but there
that's
were also
different.
people that
Always, yeah.
What I mean is did different things. What I mean, the comparison that I'm making is he was a very, very well-known, established person in the industry, and tons of people were working with him still, including women who had been in movies and stuff.
Let's see if I can give you
who
a good
didn't
one.
know.
Right, but then you
that
had the
they
people that, hey, you want this part in this movie?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what.
But
Oh, your
also,
boy
you
Leo,
got-
too. Look at that.
Is my boy?
I
Yeah,
like
your
Leo.
boy Leo. Yeah,
He was
one
on
of
the
your boys.
Titanic, right? And he was in the water. He swam to the island.
That's what I'm
How? I
saying.
mean,
you just don't. You don't know.
And Al Gore. Come on, give me a good one.
And he was trying to make the world.
he was
better
trying to
place.
make the climate better, and he was like, "This island is in a spot."
I've been saying these so Steve could give me a one-liner. That's why I've been
But
saying
I've been doing pretty good, I think.
But you get what I'm saying. That was the comparison I was making, and same thing with the Ted Bundy thing, where like these
You don't
people
know.
are
You
doing
don't know.
terrible things, but there were plenty of people in their lives that had no idea. Even when the truth came out, they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like,
Not old Ted.
yeah.
He's my buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he was just eating people. How didn't you know? I smelled
for years. By the way,
that's what that smell was every time I went to his house.
Dahmer ate people.
I thought Ted Bundy did too.
Bundy raped and murdered women.
I thought he fucking ate them too.
I'm pretty sure he didn't eat them.
I think
Dahmer ate people.
Actually, I'm all confused now.
Bundy did not. Bundy was the charming social.
Which one wore the skin?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill. Joe Dirt trench coat.
I don't think Bundy ate. I don't think Bundy was a cannibal. I think Dahmer was the only cannibal.
The scene where he pulls out the Auto Trader's like, Dan, I ain't got this one yet. Oh, look at that. And purple cherry red or whatever he said.
He's like 8-ball shifter knob.
He wants 5,000 for that.
No, goddamn, it's good. Where's my Auto Trader?
No, Bundy, I was about to say Bundy only, as though it was not a big deal.
Oh, my God.
Kidnapped, raped, and murdered dozens of women and girls.
You watch Tommy Boy.
But he did not, he was not a cannibal.
So good.
You watch Tommy Boy and you see David Spade in that movie. And then you watch Joe Dirt. How is that the same person?
Dude, it's night and day, too, by the way.
He confessed to over 30 murders, but they're still just not even sure that was all of them.
Are you
if I murdered 30 people, do you think I'd remember that there was 30? I'd probably stop counting at like 15. 30.
But he also denied for like a decade before he confessed.
I think Sarah's into murders. I think she likes them.
I think all women. This is not sexist at all.
This
all
is
women,
literally sexist.
All women like to watch
I think
murder
when you say
mystery.
all anything, it's a you're stereotyping.
Do you like to watch murder mystery shows on Netflix where they're talking about this guy murdered this person? Blah,
no,
blah, blah.
I actually prefer stuff like unsolved mysteries than I do crime.
Same.
We call it whodunits.
No, you know what show I did like to watch?
That's the song name.
You know what show I did like to watch, but which I think is probably worse. I used to be really into that show Snapped, where women would snap and kill.
Just cut off like Lorena Bobbitt style.
When someone like me
she
says
was totally
all women,
justified in that, and I'm sorry, not sorry.
I don't even know the
totally
technical
justified
story, but if you have the anger to cut off a penis, then it's probably justified. I mean,
so how would you do it? Would you hold it, and then, or do you stab at it? Because the guy is awake, right?
So many
he's gonna be trying to flail away.
I forgot for a second what even movie we were
like
even
a single.
About.
You gotta have that. Got to be a sharp knife, like a swift.
And depending on my man, there it could be really hard to hit or really easy to hit.
No, I feel like you do snippers.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Like I feel like. Have you thought about this?
I just
how big are your snippers?
I just feel like that's the quick.
You
I just think that's
the big
quickest
bolt cutters.
So this psychopath, like this crazy woman, comes out and she's got like a small guillotine, like a hot dog guillotine.
But you know what I mean? I just mean
she slides it on.
I just mean
and
I
she's
think
like,
that's the quickest way.
No, you take one of those cigar snippers, right, and just.
Well, but that's essentially what I mean is a snipper, like one of the bigger cable cutters or something, where it's like one hand you could just.
I've seen a lot of
because I feel like with a knife you got. I mean, come on,
depending on the
knife,
knife,
right angle, or you gotta saw it and like.
What about a butcher?
You just have a cable cutter.
What about a butcher? A butcher knife.
It still has to be like you have to set it on something or whatever. It's
no,
like
you hold it taut and just.
Okay. I just feel like it takes more. If you've got cutters.
Okay, depending on the situation too, right? If me,
you know what I mean.
If I'm fighting and I'm flailing. You're gonna have a good shot at it.
Are you listening?
But if I'm sleeping and you're grabbing it, depending on our relationship, I'm gonna be like, oh, all right, yeah, grab it. And then, right? So it's got to be the right situation.
That was the problem with their relationship. Is one of the reasons. Like she wasn't. I mean, she was okay. I don't want to get. Let's.
I want to. Say something.
She was a mentally, physically abused woman.
Yes.
And her mentally snapped.
Is it Bop It or Bob It?
Bob It. It's not Bob It. It's not like the game.
Punch it.
Bob It.
Okay, that would be ironic.
Bob It.
God, why do those games just go out of style?
But
I know why. Cell phones.
Yeah.
You can say that.
I don't want to. I'm uncomfortable even saying it out loud. I don't like that word.
Get it.
Grape.
Slice it.
Her husband was graping her.
Snip it.
Get rid of that.
You know what?
That's the new game.
Snip it.
Snip it. Chop
Stab it. Punch it. Twist it.
Stab it. Shoot it.
You know what's fucked up? There's some
twist it.
people that say, "Oh, that's his wife. That doesn't count."
He did. He said that.
Wait, what?
We'll say grape.
Oh, yeah.
We will say grape.
What they're saying is that the abuse wasn't abuse because that is the duty of a wife.
Which is
so
bullshit.
They didn't. There are still states that's in their laws. There are still states
America.
in the United States where that is really, really hard to fight.
You can still marry a 10-year-old in Alabama.
Like 2 weeks from now, we're gonna see like trends, and it's gonna be dudes getting their dicks cut off. And
We are trendsetters.
And it's Tara turned into a serial dick cutter. Just to
going
fucking
around.
just get only in these states too. She's
Only in Mississippi, Alabama,
Well, those
Texas.
never mind.
Just watch out.
Watch out. We'll call it
Don't
the
be a
red-headed
fucking-
snipper.
Don't be a fucking dick.
Speaking
don't
of,
be a piece of shit.
they'll be gone if you are. So, anyways,
I think that goes award for the longest tangent. That has to be fucking
it's
close.
not. It's not the longest. There was one episode,
It might be the
MacGruber.
most fucked up one. But...
It may be the most fucked up long.
We went from talking about MacGruber on the MacGruber episode to world problems to how to fix them to then like the stock market to back to putting celery up your butt.
I'd also like to point
By
out.
far the best part of that movie. And
I know it
try
seems
not to be
counterproductive.
I would like to point out that while I've been blamed before on our tangents, I wasn't even on that episode. I wasn't even on the episode that had the longest tangent.
You're right.
Dude, I'm great at causing tangents.
I watched an interview.
That's how my brain works.
I watched an interview
ADHD.
with Will Forte, and he said the only day that my mom came to set when I was filming MacGruber was the day that I was ass naked shoving a piece of celery up my ass. And I turned to my mom and was like, this is showbiz, baby.
Imagine.
I know, right?
Imagine. Hey, Mom.
Welcome to set. And her friends were with her.
I've been eating my vegetables.
It's like when your wife or your kids come to support you, and it's like you have to kiss another woman.
Right.
on
Oh, God.
set.
Or
Blake Lively had talked about that. They were like on a plane going somewhere, and one of Ryan Reynolds' movies was the movie they were
Just Friends,
showing, and there
probably.
was another, and she was like, "That's a weird conversation to have with my kid."
That is
Right.
weird. That is fucking weird.
see, back in 1997.
The way that our marriage
Green
is
Lantern.
arranged.
Right. you know, there's a famous
Whatever you're
actor,
into.
I can't remember his
Sometimes
name,
There are things.
but he says he will never take a role that he has to kiss another woman because of the respect for his wife.
You talking about that bad guy?
Yeah.
He plays a bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White hair.
I saw
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Wait, didn't he pass recently?
No, he's still alive.
Okay. But yeah, he's.
I respect that, but also
I get it, but it definitely. I mean, why do you think he plays the villain so much? villains don't get love scenes usually.
here's the thing: I'm getting paid to do a job, right?
Maybe he's just crying. He's
He's
crying
crying.
for help. He's like,
Maybe
I
his
wanna
wife
kiss.
was like, "I'll fucking divorce you if you kiss."
I feel like it would make me uncomfortable, honestly. Not as the wife. It would make
But
me
also-
uncomfortable as the actor. Like,
But
like
also,
kissing
hold
someone
on.
else's.
I'm an actor. This is my
spouse.
job. This is what I get paid for.
I know, but it still would make me uncomfortable. It would also make me uncomfortable
Now, full on
if
sex
I
scene,
had a
super
spouse
nude.
at
Yeah.
home. It would be weird to me to like get in that mentality. Like, I don't think I'd be able to sell it. I wouldn't be a good actor in that sense.
Well, then
you know what I mean?
you're not. Then you wouldn't get.
I don't
paid
think
for
I'd be
the-
able to
yeah.
sell it because in the back of my mind, I'd be like, oh my God, like,
Well, you
this
just
is
think
not
it's
my
you just
husband.
think it's Carrick.
I'd rather think it's Ryan Reynolds.
Or do that. Okay, so if you're in a movie and you're cast with Ryan Reynolds, you're gonna be like, jackpot, let's go.
Not a problem.
I don't
I'll
even
give my
have to ask.
agent.
I do this normally.
I'll give my agent a list of the approved list.
You don't even have to
Listen,
pay me to be in this movie.
This is my allowed.
He was just on the list.
allowed.
Ryan Reynolds,
to, yeah.
Paul Rudd, Paul Giamatti.
He's going balls. Just different balls.
No, I mean you could put Ryan Gosling on there. You could put. You could probably put. I mean Tatum's on enough.
You
stuff
see it? You see
anymore.
that movie? He's gonna be like he's gonna be a stunt man.
Paul
Ryan Gosling.
Giamatti.
No. Their guy, the hot guy.
I would
you just
love to
said.
see Paul
the Barbie
Giamatti.
dude.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. It
Gosling. He's supposed to be he's like a stunt man, but
I
he falls
love
in love with the
him.
director, Emily, whatever her face is. I forget her last name.
Yeah.
But it looks great. By the
Emily
way,
Blunt.
is it Blunt? It's Emily
John
Blunt, right?
Krasinski's
Yes,
wife.
yes, 100%.
I love them. They're like one of the. They're
What was her name in Edge of Tomorrow? Something bitch.
Night
Hot bitch. No,
Night bitch.
no, that was from Kick-Ass too. No, remember like she was like everybody feared her
I
because
know.
she was
I know.
such
I
a
just can't remember the movie. I can't remember
badass
the name.
character. It was something.
I'll look it up.
Something bitch. I remember it was something like that. Look, have
Was
you
it
ever
her
seen Edge of
name?
Tomorrow?
Yes, I have.
It's
Was it
great.
You remember what I'm
Was
talking?
it her
It was
name?
her nickname they gave her. Yeah,
What was the name?
but she's doing push-ups.
It's on the cast.
without
It's
her
on the
feet
casting
on the
call.
ground. Yeah, probably.
Head bitch.
If that was me, I'd put it right on the trailer. Call me that.
HBIC.
What's up? When do I got to be at set?
That's that HBIC right on there. Head bitch in charge.
What is it, Wally?
Rita Vasquez is her name, but I can't find her nickname. Hold on. Let's keep going.
That's her name in the movie? Rita Vasquez?
I don't know. I'm looking.
She looks super Puerto Rican. What?
No.
Vasquez is Puerto Rican? Mexican?
Let's look at the movie.
What would Vasquez be? Spanish?
I don't know.
Spaniel?
I just don't feel like that was her name.
Española.
España.
España.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That movie.
God damn it.
España.
Rita.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a movie that we're supposed to be talking about.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, everyone's already turned us off.
Maybe. Or they realize this is the best podcast going because we get deep.
Watch your news.
We get deep into the real shit.
Yeah, your
And then come back.
non-viable news here at the
These
Decision
are just
Reel.
some of our incredible thoughts.
Speaking of incredible thoughts, the release date of Monty Python
Oh
and
my
the
God,
Holy
we haven't
Grail,
even done that part yet. Jesus Christ.
April 3rd, 1975. It's a long time ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
It is old as shit.
My parents weren't even married.
Wow.
They were probably not even dating, actually. That's
Probably didn't even know each other.
Mm.
Just out there living life. You weren't even a thought.
Absolutely not.
It's crazy how that works, right?
You
You can't fathom not being here.
Well,
But
What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
That's
I
her-
might could.
that's her thoughts creeping in that doesn't need to be there for reasons. Okay, so the weird thing about box office.
What about box office? Go.
I was intrigued by that sound for a second. There's the no.
Fucking
I'm not
terrifying.
gonna
Cut
have
that
her.
shit
I don't need you to do the stupid anime, whatever sound, but I know she can do it probably pretty good.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
The girl anime sound that's like everywhere. The
There's
the waifu
1,000
thing.
of them. I don't
You know
know.
what I'm talking about.
I do not actually.
We're not going to go down into that. You can look it up if you want and get into
I
some
am
weird
not going to
shit.
look it up because it's dying.
I was talking to
Talk
her.
about me.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I'm good.
I don't need none of that shit.
All right. So, because this was back in 1975, there's not very much box office numbers. But this movie has been re-released multiple times. We're going to take the first time it was re-released in theaters and go and use that box office,
That's so long
which
ago.
is June 15th, 2001.
What? That's so much more recent, though.
It is.
The movies are going to feel so different, I feel like.
Yes.
Do you know the movies that came out back when it came out?
There's nothing. Okay, what's really weird is this
Angel
was,
of Verdun.
I was way off.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's no bitch in there.
I swear to God.
Bitch of Verdun.
Bitch of Verdun.
Some bitches nicked. Jesus Christ. Yeah, look like she's. Yeah, you can't say that stuff. Anyways, your penis is gonna be gone.
What?
I didn't put this in. You did just clean up the tools that were laying on this table.
I
too,
did.
just today before this episode.
Trying to be something.
We should all try.
I'm
to be
right.
something.
In Edge of Tomorrow, when Emily
I'm right.
Rita Blunt is first seen marching out of the hangar, a random soldier comes up and exclaims, "Bloody hell, it's the Full Metal bitch."
Oh, there you go.
But she shoves him down before he can finish saying bitch. That soldier is played by Blunt's real-life younger brother, Sebastian.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Look, even for
a
more
little
trivia.
fun fact here at the Decision Reel coming at you.
You know, Emily Blunt and John Krasinski get to hang out with Stanley Tucci all the time because
Dude,
he's married to her sister.
How awesome
Like,
would that be?
what a foursome. You know? I
would
just
love
want
to
to.
hang
I
out.
just want
foursome,
to hang
but-
out, have dinner with
Yeah,
them.
not quite.
I just
I
want
would.
to have dinner with them and have some drinks.
I
with
would take
them.
Emily Blunt out on a date.
I would take
I'm
all of
adopted.
them out on.
Say it for
It's
me.
She's
a
probably
group date.
she's probably been
Here,
underneath the
do it
rock.
for me.
Stanley
Dwayne
Tucci,
The Rock Johnson.
National treasure.
Am I adopted? I didn't
No.
know I was adopted.
What?
There you go.
I would
No,
take
it's
Emily
it's.
Blunt out on a date.
She
in a
says
heartbeat.
we're late bloomers in this family, and he goes, "What does that matter? I'm adopted." And he goes, "What?
That's right. That's right.
Who told you?"
And he's black and they're all white.
I love him.
Okay. Box office that week, the top 10. This is my jam type
There it
movies.
goes. Why did that not make as much sound on this side?
Because
Why are you always smacking tables?
Yeah, you're
Tara?
always
It was
smacking
part
shit.
of the. It was part of the
Right.
scene.
We need to talk about
He
your
smacks the
smacking.
cabinets.
Your
You want to know
smacking.
why
I'ma
it's louder?
smack you
Do you want to
with
know
it.
why it's
It
louder
comes
right
through-
here?
See,
There's two microphones here. There's one over
abuse in
there.
this relationship. I'm tired of it.
Abuse. He was abused.
All right. Budget.
Top 10.
Oh, top 10.
Number 10. The Mummy Returns.
Oh, there's a Steve one. That's a big Steve one. Why are you staring at me like that? It's a big Steve one.
Love me some Brendan Fraser. Rachel Weisz, however you want to say it.
Weez.
Weaz.
The Wissy.
Fucking
she looked great.
emo temp.
When they're
back in the Egyptian
and they're
still
fighting, that gold lipstick and stuff too with the
I'd take
wings.
her out on a date.
The other girl too. Boing.
Number 9. What's the worst that could happen?
That it's a terrible movie.
It probably was.
Yep.
Number 8.
Wait, what is that movie?
I don't know. Do you want me to look it up?
do it.
You got it? Okay. Number 8.
This is her thing.
Moulin Rouge.
Ooh.
There's her thing.
Uh-oh.
I knew that would put her phone down. Immediate.
Ooh la.
It's it's Ewan McGregor, right?
Come. Yep.
Yeah. I can always
And Nicole Kidman.
for whatever reason that
I
and
say
is it
What did she
is
say?
it Boston? No. Chicago. I always get them mixed up with just the main people who played the main characters because it's Richard Gere in Chicago, right?
Richard Gere,
And then it's Ewan
Zellweger,
McGregor
and
Right.
Zeta-Jones, Catherine Zeta-Jones
Zellweger.
are in Chicago.
They came out like around the same time, right?
I think Chicago was after.
Feels the same.
I don't know.
Like they watched them, were like, let's do
Mhm.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Wait, what was the movie? I was looking at you.
What's
Totally
the worst
distract
that could
me
happen?
with- I love
We
that
forget.
movie.
We forget.
That movie's
what the
actually
movie is.
on my list,
Is it?
Oh, nice.
on my podcast list. Not
Oh.
that one. Moulin
Chicago?
Rouge. No, Moulin Rouge is on my podcast list.
Oh, God.
Love that movie.
I guess it's not that bad. It's burlesque stuff, so I can make it through there.
Plus, most of the movie, not most of the movie. A lot of the songs are songs that like
Oh, my ass.
you know what I mean. Like they're not written for the movie. Like yes, there are songs that are written for the movie, but there are songs in it that are like known songs.
Mm.
Like there's
Yeah.
a Queen song in it. That the medley that they do like a love song medley. There's Elton John in there. There's Whitney Houston in there. Like it's songs that you know.
I'm a sucker for a good medley.
It's good. It's good stuff.
I want to
Good
hear
energy.
a police medley. You know what I'm
Have a
talking about?
little- Oh no.
Yeah.
All of Synchronicity was written like with the same kind of
Oh, I
guitar
know.
parts, so you could probably do it.
Do it.
Dude, they're great songwriters.
Do it.
Police is the shit.
The way.
Just do it.
Just
do it.
Just do it.
Number 7. The Animal.
Every step you take.
Rob
Yeah, with
Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Is that? Yeah. I was about
Where he
to say.
puts them back together with animal parts.
So stupid. But I have to
Martin
watch it. Every
That
time
was
I
a
see it.
big movie too.
Kind of, yeah.
I remember seeing they had to have made a ton of DVDs because I can
Oh, yeah,
still
yeah,
see
yeah.
that DVD cover.
I want to see, and I know it's hard to find, but they do, the box office, what they made. I want to see DVD sales.
Martin
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lawrence is what's the worst thing? That
That's
can
it, just
happen.
Martin Lawrence.
A rich man catches a thief burglarizing his home and steals the thief's lucky ring, who then tries to get it back.
Perfect.
It's Martin Lawrence and
Little
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Oh, fucking Danny DeVito!
Oh, Vito.
It's the same fucking guy! Sorry. There's a movie.
Apparently, Bernie Mac is in it somewhere
Oh,
too.
I miss Bernie.
Bernie
William
Mac is
Fichtner?
hilarious. You remember his TV show that he did?
The Bernie Mac show?
It was great.
Fichtner?
Yeah. I was thinking about
Hilarious.
trying to find it and watch it again. Because there was
Wait, which movie?
the Bernie Mac show.
Wasn't
Oh,
Martin
yeah.
Lawrence the one that all the conspiracies out that he was like gay, like super gay?
I could see it.
Like had people wear like dresses and shit like that.
Oh.
You don't
Maybe
have to
he's
be-
on the
You don't have
list.
to be gay to wear dresses.
No, but it was like
He was making people wear
the
dresses.
actions that he was trying to get done were pretty gay.
But he was like, he was Connor for real. I'm not gay. But if I was.
Let me look it up.
I feel like that's a tangent. I
Sure.
don't like
Number
that one.
6, one of the many movies we've done on this podcast that you like, Evolution.
Ha!
I also like
Love
too.
it.
Yeah. Take the leg. Take it.
Dude, what flavor?
I
It
think
doesn't
we have
matter.
established that caca and tookie do not work.
I'm gonna go take a shower with the volleyball. team.
You are embarrassing me.
Hold on.
Get out of the way. I'm gonna shoot him.
Right. Yeah. I feel like that was the movie that Steve Stifler should have broke out from. But he just
Not
never.
American Pie. That one.
Yeah. Like that was his next. Like, okay, he's got it. It's not just like a
He's
flash in the pan.
Get it.
He's funny with anything we give him, and then like, yeah, he's had a good career,
Mhm.
but he hasn't really done anything big.
Yeah, you're right.
You know.
Outside of role models.
But even
the
that
next,
wasn't.
but there was a while before Role Models.
But even Role Models, like no one talks about that anymore, and that wasn't
which
that
is wild because I
big.
feel like
It's a great movie,
Yeah.
for sure. I love it. You know,
plus Paul Rudd.
Love Gun. He's talking about his dick.
Love Gun.
That and I like your take on boobies.
I like your take on boobies.
What do you?
I think I got the wrong Martin.
Oh Jesus Christ! Martin Lawrence? No, Martin Sheen. No, Martin
Lawrence
Dwayne
is-
Martin.
Dwayne Martin.
It was
I don't even know
it
who
was
that
some
is.
weird conspiracy about Will Smith being gay with someone, and I thought it was Martin Lawrence because
Yeah,
because they
Bad
were
Boys.
sure, yeah.
But it's
you
Bad
gonna
Boys
do?
for life.
Have you watched the newest Bad Boys?
No, is it good?
Me neither.
Hey,
I feel like
dude, we gotta learn the words. We usually only do the chorus. Bad Boys 2 is better than Bad Boys 1. Sorry, not sorry.
no, you're right.
Boom.
Tia Leone though in the first
Oh, love
movie.
her. Love
Yes.
her. But the
yeah, you're
movie
right.
as a whole.
Yeah, right. The scene in which they're grilling that kid that comes over
Oh my God.
to
yeah,
date.
You ever been
Reggie.
in jail? Is that
yeah,
You ever made love to a man?
yeah, it's good.
that's
It's
what
good.
it is? That's
You
what it
want to?
What was the show that Tia Leone was in? It was a sitcom.
I don't know.
It was really
Older
good.
one?
Yeah,
Mm,
it was mid '90s, something like fashion or something.
I don't know.
I'm
She
gonna-
was
I'm
in
gonna look it
Jurassic Park Free.
Yes, she was. Alan.
is. Alan.
Number 5. Pearl
That was that
Harbor.
one. That was that one. That was that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple heartthrobs in that one.
One of the worst movies of all time because I can't remember who said it or
It's like
who
3
actually
hours,
figured
too.
it out, but
It's
they
long.
said the only thing that actually happened that is Pearl Harbor from that movie is them being at Pearl Harbor. That's how realistic the movie was.
Josh
I
Hartnett,
don't
right? Who else was in
feel
that?
like Ben Affleck.
Josh
Ben
Hartnett,
Affleck.
Ben Affleck,
Kate
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
There was one other woman that was big in it. Amy Smart? No, I don't fucking remember.
I don't know. Those were the three main. That was the conflict. Those three. It's kind of unfair for Ben Affleck to be as mad as he was. What was she
I
supposed
still
to do?
think he would do a great old Batman.
What was she supposed
Jim
to do?
Alec
Never move
Baldwin,
on?
Jennifer Gardner. That was the other one.
Oh, yeah.
John Voight, Cuba Gooding. Cuba.
Interesting.
Cuba was in that movie.
Is that where they started dating?
Michael Shannon.
Because Ben Affleck and her got married. Was
Is that a racial? That's a racial slur, isn't it? If I say that,
Probably.
that's
Cool.
what he
Let's
called
not
him.
end-
That's what he called him in the movie.
Let's-
True.
But
So
it was a slur that he was calling him, correct? Because he was mixed.
yes.
Okay.
One of my favorite actors
know-
of
have you-
all time is also in Pearl Harbor. Carrie Haruka Tagawawa.
Did you just make that up?
No.
No, not make up the name.
Lots
make
of
up that
vowels.
he's your favorite actor.
No.
That's racist.
You want to know who he plays?
No, not the
Shang
name.
Tsung in Mortal Kombat.
Ooh, Shang Tsung.
I see.
Or you remember the movie Balls of Fury?
Yeah, great.
He's in that too.
Yeah. He's the bad guy.
No, he's the bad guy's assistant.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The bad guy
God,
is,
you're so
Christopher
stupid.
Walken.
if you want to do a full circle of what we just did on this podcast,
Who fight us?
you want to play some ping pong.
Bing bong. Play ping pong. Ding dang.
What did he say? He's like, or as the Chinese call it, ping pong.
Dude, Balls of Fury is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
A sleeper of a comedy movie.
Randy Daytona. All right. Number 4 was a movie that me and you really like that no one talks about. Swordfish.
Swordfish. I was just thinking about Swordfish. Halle Berry.
Yep.
Hugh Jackman.
John Travolta.
John Travolta. Yeah.
That movie was so ahead of its time, but also when you look back at it,
Is
you're
that
like,
the first
ooh.
Halle Berry tit or the
Yep.
only one?
Yep, that's
in
the first.
existence?
I think the second was Monster's Ball.
Ah,
Or Monster.
yes,
Monster's Ball or
yes,
just Monster.
yes.
I can't remember, but it was with Billy Bob.
Monsters.
She looked great in this movie too. By the way, phenomenal.
She always looks great.
She looked extra great.
She still looks great.
You know what?
I would take her on a nice dinner date.
It don't crack. You know what I'm saying.
I
I'm not gonna
literally
say it.
I knew that you were gonna say it as soon as you said, you know what? I knew that was about to come out of your mouth.
That's not racist. It's the truth. It's
what
good for them.
what race do you think like
I hate
stays
every
the
before you
the
even finish, I hate it
stays
already.
the youngest looking the longest? Steve, what do you think?
So either Orientals. Does that
Sure.
sound right? Sure, she threw her head back. But when they get to a certain age, then they like immediately look super old.
Yeah, 100%. Didn't even think about it till now, but 100%.
Spaniards,
Where did that come from?
the Spanish,
I know where they come from.
or Black people definitely look great until they're dead. They just die. Like they look in the coffin. They're like, hey, this guy's 25, but he's like 80. Like
All
good
right,
for them.
We got the short end of the stick, huh?
Yeah. White
right.
people, we're not.
You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, we're not doing good. I'm trying to find this fucking show that Tia Leone was in, and I can't find it. I might be thinking of somebody else.
Have you seen Swordfish? Have you seen Swordfish?
Not in any time frame where I would remember.
So the end of the movie, spoilers.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, don't tell her then. She might want to see it.
She's like,
an adult
I
now.
maybe I
Okay.
want to watch it as an adult now.
Okay. In the beginning of the movie, this does not. Nothing would affect you seeing this part or knowing about this part.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Hugh Jackman
Mm-hmm.
is a hacker, and he's trying to hack something to get into like the club of or being hired by John
Sure.
Travolta's character.
And
Yep.
like he totally looks
test-
like a computer hacker, but go ahead.
At this point,
In
he's
this,
like small.
He's not.
It's like
yeah,
early.
He's never
early.
small.
In this one, he's kind of
pretty.
small.
He's pretty skinny in this.
This is
movie.
like intro.
This is pre X-Men,
I know that.
right? Anyways, even X-Men, if you watch the first one, he looks like a
Jacked,
regular
come
dude.
on.
No, he looks like a regular dude
still
in the first.
jacked.
In the second one, yes. In the first
You
one, he
can't
looks like a regular
say
dude.
regular dude compared to like Reacher. Like that's literally you're literally
like the
saying.
new
I mean,
Reacher.
come on.
That's a little different. That guy's like
He's-
270 pounds.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
X-Men
Alan
1,
Rich-
he looks like a dude who walked off the street. He doesn't look anything pumped up.
He's
anyways,
pretty close.
anyways,
He's fit.
this scene.
Like you look like a dude who walked off the street. Hugh
Okay.
Jackman still
Thank
looks
you.
Take that as a
like
compliment.
Thank you. Yeah, I will.
still looks
you.
like
He's a thinner Hugh Jackman, is what he's saying.
Like
Okay.
he may not be huge Jackman, but
Okay,
he's
you remember-
Hugh Jackman.
Thank you.
Okay,
You remember
there's the difference.
The Prestige.
And I just did that with my brain.
That was
Is that
good.
the magic
Prestige,
one?
right? He doesn't
Yes.
look. He doesn't look.
I still haven't seen it. I still haven't
He
seen The Prestige.
does. He's just they're
He
dressing
doesn't.
him differently.
Yeah, he just doesn't look muscular.
they're
But he
dressing
does.
him
I
differently.
agree with that. Anyways, this movie, there's a scene in which he's hacking, but because he's a hack man in
Hugh
this,
Hackman.
right?
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
But in order to throw him off his game, John Travolta has one of the girls below him while he's trying to do this, and he has like a certain amount of time.
That's just logic.
Right.
Yeah.
So that doesn't pop anything in your head
No.
of okay. So then
Sure
you've
doesn't.
never seen it.
I can see Hugh Jackman with glasses on.
He does not have glasses in this movie.
And where did he have glasses?
One of his robot movies.
Not Real Steel. Oh, I love that movie.
That's a great.
That's
fucking
great.
movie.
Why didn't they make a second Real Steel?
That was really good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fucking boxing. Robots.
That's good shit. Real Steel is actually a really good heartfelt movie.
That
too.
kid too was great.
Yeah.
I felt something. And I don't
Dude,
like
I want a
kids.
robot.
What? Yeah, that too. I love robots.
Dude, have you done Big Hero 6?
Yeah. Oh, don't talk to me.
It's
don't talk to me.
Fucking top tier.
I shed.
And I don't understand why it's
Tears.
not more known as top
Oh,
tier.
no, it is. If you go to anywhere, Asian cultures, that movie's huge. If you go over to China or whatever with like the Disney worlds and stuff over there, it's all over it.
That's the cat. That's Cat's pajamas.
Right.
Pajamas.
Yeah. Baymax, is that it?
Yeah, Betamax.
Amazing.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. So fucking good.
Betamax is a videotape. Baymax is
Yeah, Baymax is the character. Yeah,
Betamax,
sorry.
sure, whatever. Top 3 that week. No particular order. Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Atlantis The Lost Empire.
This man is still jacked in this movie. You're
Shrek.
stupid.
Shrek.
Yes.
Are
And
we joking? This is normal? This is off the street?
The heavy hitter.
If every
he's not
guy who
fucking
walked
huge.
off the street
All right.
looked like this,
That's
y'all would be in
All right.
trouble.
All right.
That's
you're
a
right.
flattering
You know what?
picture, and we're funny,
You're right.
so watch your mouth.
This is from the movie, though. This is what I'm saying is this is his body
But look
when
at
he
that.
made the movie.
Look at that
Relative
compared to
to
him getting
everything
shredded
else.
for X-Men. Like
I
he's
think
not
you're
even
right.
big.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I said you're comparing
I
him to
take
his
it
other
back.
movies. You can't
I take
compare
it
him to a
back.
normal person.
I take it back. I was
Everyday Hugh
I was
Jackman.
I was shadowed in my mind by Halle Berry in that movie.
Sure.
Halle Berry.
It's good. She
Halle
looks
Berry.
good. She looks good in that movie.
Putting the book down.
When
That's all.
the James Bond movie, when she comes walking,
Diamonds are
water.
forever.
Tomorrow is never.
Tomorrow Never
enough.
Dies?
she
No,
comes
Never
come
Dies,
walking
yeah.
out of the
Tomorrow Never
water
Dies?
with like the
Terrible movie.
yellowish, orangish.
Pierce Brosnan, though, is one of the
Awesome.
best James Bonds of all
He's
time.
James Bond to me.
A lot of people
Sorry.
don't even put him in
Sorry.
the conversation,
Nope.
which is weird.
Nope, he's James Bond. Thank you
Who's
for
your-
saying that because I know what I'm doing tonight.
Who's your favorite? Bond.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah.
He's great. He's up there on
He's
mine.
my favorite.
He
It
does.
can't-
He
don't-
does kind. He's like an amalgam of everything. He's
You're
great.
not the first guy.
I'm a Roger Moore.
Roger Moore,
I'm
yeah.
the gay 007. Roger Moore is the best.
What was that?
He's literally gay, and he was James Bond.
No, the way she was like. Of course, it's because
James Bond wasn't gay though in that movie, so you can't say he was the gay James Bond.
Well, just like Sean Connery wore a toupee, you can't say
actor that played James Bond.
Yeah, he's the gay James
Bond.
But
James Bond wasn't gay. Okay,
he is
trying to help you
a
be a
gay
better
man
person.
that plays James Bond. Sure,
Sean Connery was the bald.
Sure it is, but the
Was the bald James Bond, right?
The
Think so?
womanizing James Bond. Yeah,
And bald.
All the James Bonds.
Is that not the? Hold on, Daniel Craig. Hold on, Daniel Craig wasn't that way.
They pulled that back. So
No,
by
Daniel,
the time
he's the
by the
sad
time
James
he,
Bond.
By the time
It's
he
just
got
sad.
to James Bond, they had pulled it back.
They're like,
so
yeah, we can't be doing this.
the world was changing, and they went, hang on.
Yeah.
They really should have went with Idris Elba
Excuse me. Yes.
as a James Bond.
Is it Idris or Idris?
Idris.
However you want to say it.
However,
No,
I'm
no,
sure
that's
he's
not
just
true,
like-
because if someone called me Tara, I'd be like, that's wrong.
Ooh, I like that though. That's not bad. Where'd that come from?
Guess what?
That came from Tara.
Your name is Tara.
Tara. It sounds more
Oh.
exotic.
It does actually.
Tara.
Do you want to be a Tara like everybody, or be a Tara?
My name is Tara, so
How do you know?
because my parents chose it.
But they wrote it down. They don't know how they inflected it.
They probably did.
Maybe they fucked up.
You think
Like
they wrote?
Wally
You think they
did.
never said it out
All right,
loud? They
yeah,
just wrote it
yeah.
down.
Let's not bring me into this. All right, so
All right, let's do it.
Shrek's
Sorry,
number
what?
one. I don't give. You,
Hold
you-
on.
I
Shrek
don't
is
even remember what they were. I was,
Okay,
I
you
was
ready?
still on. Yeah,
Lara Croft, Tomb
Hugh
Raider,
Jackman.
Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Shrek. Lara Croft is in its first week. Atlantis is in its second week, and Shrek is in its fifth week.
Oh, because it's its second week. I was going to say, have we
I'm
heard
gonna go
this list already
Shrek,
before?
Tomb Atlantis.
Okay.
Same. Shrek was
Put that in
huge,
there.
too.
Shrek was huge.
Huge.
Second one was bigger, right?
Yes.
Yes,
That's what I thought. Like obscenely bigger.
Obscene.
which is
bigger.
crazy, because like the,
No, it
the
makes
first
sense.
one was huge. But
It was
like,
big, but then people went, "Oh, I want to see the second."
Mhm. And that doesn't happen a lot.
I'm a
where, like, the sequel
believer.
blows the first one out of the
You're
water.
right.
Smash
I-
Mouth.
You know
Except
what
for,
I want to.
Bad Boys too.
You know what I want to see
I heard they're gay.
in an alternate timeline. Chris Farley never died, and we
Sure.
got Shrek with Chris Farley.
Chris Farley was.
Oh
in-
yeah, you heard about that?
Chris Farley was in.
He was supposed to
Airheads.
play Shrek though, right? That was the thing.
There are very, very early drafts where he recorded most of, if not all, the dialogue for the movie.
Oh, that'd be cool to just to fucking see
And then there's also a short CGI that came out.
with the recorded dialogue.
He didn't talk. It was like the test run or something for it. And it's something stupid where he's like in this alley and kicks something. I remember seeing it. It's like 30 or a minute long. It's worth watching to have in your memory bank, but it's the stupidest thing you've ever seen.
No, okay.
So the actual order is number 1, Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Oh,
Don't count out video games and
fucking
Mm.
women.
Actually, really.
And
That's what it is.
boobs.
That's exactly what
not
it is.
fucking women, but fucking women.
Like
Like,
exactly what, like we went to see it.
no.
No,
Sex symbol.
Tomb Raider. Yeah, exactly.
Tomb Raider was known for 2 things.
I think that's fucking men doing that, not
Well, yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
women though.
What was Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
what,
but
what
that
was
was
it?
the
Hold on.
question
Her
that
fault.
that's the
Y'all's
question that he
fault.
asked.
What's the 2 thing Tomb Raider is known for?
Being a video game and Angelina Jolie.
One boob in the second boob.
Oh yeah, just fucking points, just polygons.
So people wanted to see that. And Angelina Jolie, all right.
I really
What's
like
funny
that
is-
the games. I played the games.
They're hard.
I
Well,
enjoyed them.
the original games are hard.
Those are the kind of
second one is
games-
one of the hardest ones of all
Those are
time.
the kind of games that I like. Is the second one the one with where there's leopards? and
We're
stuff?
talking about
Yes.
PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I played it on Xbox.
You got to
but
learn how to like triple jump and backflip and then
You're-
catch
there were
ledges
leopards
and shit.
stuff.
You're thinking of the real, like the games that came out in the last 10 years. We're talking about the games that came out like 92, 91.
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't play
old.
games
as
back then. I was
Right.
4.
We
We
did.
did.
You did not play
96,
Lara
sorry.
Croft when you were 4.
No, that
I
came out a
played it
little
in
bit later.
96 when it came out on the first PS1. 97, actually, when if you want to be real.
I
Then-
would have.
then
I would have
Tomb
been
Raider
like a
2
year,
came out
year
90,
two after that
99 or 90.
because I played
98.
Tomb Raider and Metal Gear Solid at the same time,
Yeah,
along
so
Gran
that's-
Turismo 2. Imagine that eye-opening group of games.
Well, there's leopards
Steve.
in the ones I played too. Then
Yeah. That
or
was
tigers or something.
they were violent. They would kill you instantly.
1996
Because I
is the
didn't-
first
because
Tomb Raider
I
game.
didn't
Okay,
wanna
look at me.
kill
I was
them.
right.
So it stressed me out because I didn't want to kill the
Yeah, obviously.
It's
the
sad. It's a sad thing.
leopards, but like I also didn't want to die.
Yeah.
And lose
That's
the
what
game,
that's
so
what life's
it's
about.
Really tough. You know, it's hard.
So number
my
2
pet. It was
was
a
Atlantis,
conflict.
The Lost Empire, and number 3 was Shrek.
In its 5th week?
I just don't agree.
I choose not to believe that too. That's
Yeah, I just
crazy.
don't
Did
agree.
Shrek 1 not gross that much?
Let's find out.
Have
This
we
is in
done
its
Have we
5th
done Shrek? Have you guys done Shrek?
We did Shrek
Okay.
2.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, well,
No, hold
You
on.
sure
I
you
think we
wanna
did.
look
We,
just
we
in
did
case
it in
we
Mike
do it?
Myers. We did a Mike Myers
oh yeah,
month, but it's
March Myers.
March Myers. Yeah, but that's
Yeah, we
the
did
5th
Shrek
week,
and
it's
then
the
Randy
first
did Shrek 2. That's right. So overall, Shrek did. Come on, load, motherfucker. It did $488 million. I
Yes.
think it fluctuated. Was what happened. We can find out.
It's the gross for opening, right? So
the
this
second one was near $1 billion, though, wasn't it? Or did it break $1 billion?
Then how much did
It was
fucking Tomb Raider
998
Yeah,
do?
or
it was-
something. It was up there.
You're talking, but Tomb Raider was in its second week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tomb
Hold
Raider
on.
was in its first week.
First week. Sorry, that's why it probably dropped down after
Okay,
like 2 weeks.
I've been doing this all wrong since we started.
Okay, so
I
No.
really had a full on
no,
blonde
Tomb
moment.
Raider, Shrek went down and just kept going down. So its first week it was number 1, then was 2 for the 3 consecutive weeks, and 3rd, then 5th, and 7th, and 8th, and it just went down.
I thought in its opening week, I thought we're comparing all of them, and it's not like a gross. So I've been doing this wrong since we started.
Why do you think we ask how many weeks they've been out? We do
It's
that.
that
I,
week,
I
but it's
ask
That way we can
every
judge
episode.
how much money they've made.
So it's the
No,
weekend.
I ask every episode.
I know that now.
Okay. You thought it was overall gross of movies?
Yeah, in their period of time.
Oh, no. It's in the box office that week. Because I say the box office that week, top 10.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Now I
And knowing
know.
is half the battle. Budget time.
Sorry, Tara. I'm not fucking around.
It's just like
What do we think it cost?
I thought
To make-
I thought it was opening, so that's why we asked 5 weeks. I was like, okay, so how much money could have this movie fucking made in 5 weeks?
Wowzers.
Now that's still in the top 3.
Yeah.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, fucking.
Or he's just using it as an excuse for as many as he's gotten wrong.
I wish I was that kind of person. This would make this much easier.
No. If I know Wally, I know something. He's not a liar.
God damn it!
What, you want him to touch that? You want to do that?
Give me that
We
shit.
should
What?
clarify that I was pointing at something and I wasn't.
He's doing TV and movie trivia cards.
Yeah.
And it's
'cause
TV
that
and movie
felt
trivia
like a weird
time.
thing for you to say.
All right,
You want to touch that?
this is a weird one. If I profile you guys,
Do it.
this might be good questions for both of you.
Profiling us.
We're getting profiled.
All
Oh my
right,
God.
I'm gonna do the one I know Steve would get right out the gate, and you might get right out the gate. I know I'm not
So
supposed to
is this
give hints.
favoritism?
Profile.
Yeah, but we're gonna do the
We're
second one
best
too.
friends.
All right, what newspaper did Peter Parker work for in Spider-Man?
If I don't know this, take me out back.
Just bury me.
Are you locked in?
No.
Or you don't even know it?
Is it the Something Gazette?
It's. Do you remember the chips that are like little funnels you can put on your finger?
Bugle. Is it Something Bugle? Yeah, I'd never get
I just want to make sure I've been locked in this
I
whole
would
time.
never
All right. Let's
get that.
So Steve got
the
it.
Daily Bugle, that's
The
what
Daily
it's called.
Bugle. Yep, he got it. All right.
That's
So
stupid.
here's the next
Stupid
one.
name.
Twin Peaks.
You tell fucking Stan Lee it's stupid.
I can, he's dead.
Yeah, dig him up.
Twin Peaks, The Return, was the newest series of Twin Peaks after a gap of how many years?
Oh,
I have no fucking clue. I've never watched this once in my life.
I know it's not an even number, is it?
I'm not telling you.
Fuck
Was
you.
like an unfair question.
Yeah, so Twin Peaks, The Return, was the newest series of Twin Peaks after a gap of how many years?
It's got
So it's a number question. What did you say?
9.
It is 26.
Ah, damn it! I was
Dude,
closer.
I don't even know what that is.
Never
Twin
seen
Peaks. Okay, if
So-
you want to see,
I don't.
so David Lynch. No, or is it David Fincher who did it?
No.
Isn't David
No,
Lynch
I think
the
it's
comedy
I
guy.
hate everything about those cards. I didn't know anything.
Have you ever watched what the fucking show on Netflix with the guy who ends up being in Frozen?
What?
It's a
The guy who ends up being in Frozen? Is that
Let
what you
it
said?
go.
Mhm. he plays
Let
the
it
fucking
go.
snowman.
Olaf.
The
crime show.
The murder.
Yeah, something murdered, whatever. It is David Lynch. Why can't I think of the fucking name? I don't want to look it up.
Oh my God.
My brain.
My brain.
That was such a good show too. I can't believe it only had 2 seasons.
Same guy who did
Jonathan well, not him.
Yeah.
But
the same guy who directed, wrote all that.
Okay.
Did Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is a show, early 90s, with Flintstones, the first Flintstones movie. He's the evil guy in that. He's also in Showgirls, the evil guy in Showgirls. Fuck, I don't remember his name. Anyways, he's in that show as a detective. Anyways, the whole series is about a girl is mysteriously murdered in this like mountain town, and they got to figure out how. But it turns into this weird, fucking wild, scientific or sci-fi crazy show that shit is out there.
It was just one season, and then
no, it was, I don't even know if it was one season or if it was like a couple. It was a long series, but I started watching it, and it was like I was like 30 episodes in, and they're all hour-long episodes, and it's interesting, but it goes off the fucking rails. I want to watch it again, but I also don't want to.
Off the reels.
Off the reels. Did you record that?
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter, thank you. Why couldn't I think of that?
I know. It's so good.
Right. No, I can't think of it.
I would rewatch it.
What was the show?
Which one? Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. Yeah, 1990. Yeah. Kyle McClanahan is the guy. Sure. You're not going to know him by his name, but you remember the first Flintstones movie, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember the bad guy.
Halle Berry was in it. Come on.
I know, but I don't remember the bad guy. Damn it. I remember
Laura Flynn Boyle was in it.
John Goodman was in it.
Rebecca Moore.
No, not John Goodman. Am I right? Who was
Fred?
Yeah,
John Goodman.
And your guy was Barney.
Mm-hmm.
Rick.
Yo.
Right?
So Twin Peaks won 16.
Who were the girls? Who was
has
Betty
2 primetime Emmys and 16 wins and 45 nominations. Like,
Holy
this show
shit.
fucking, yeah. That's a lot.
I made you some finger
is,
panties.
It won Golden Globe for Best Television Series, Best Performance by an Actor, Best Performance by an Actress, Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role.
Who played the wives in the Flintstones movie?
Say it again.
The wives.
Let's look it up.
Rosie O'Donnell and
who's the other one? I can
she's
picture her.
She
was in Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is her name?
I'm gonna watch Twin Peaks.
What are their names?
Betty and
I got Betty. Wilma. No. Is that right?
Wilma.
Fred and Wilma and Betty and Barney.
Yep. And Barney was
and it was Bam Bam and
Bam. She looks familiar, but what is she from? I'll be yeah.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Sure.
And she was in Must Love Dogs.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
That movie. You guys probably haven't even seen that movie.
I have actually.
John Cusack.
Yep.
Love that movie.
Yep.
Love her. What's her name?
I don't know. I know you're talking. I can see her.
That's not Diane Lane, is it?
Oh, it might be. I think it might be.
Love that movie, though. Love that movie. But she was in that. She played one of her sisters. She was in the show Brothers and Sisters, she was also in the first Step Up. She was the principal at the school.
Step Up.
That allowed Channing Tatum to
fucking Channing
get the classes and stuff. So she's been in stuff.
Right. Monty Python, Holy Grail, budget time. What do we think it costs? Oh my God.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the movie at all, I feel like.
Dude, really? Elizabeth Taylor was a beautiful
she was
young lady.
Yes, she was a beautiful lady.
She's a beautiful lady.
How did you get to Elizabeth Taylor?
She's in the Flintstones.
Don't let him do his thing.
Let me be weird. Let my brain do its brain thing.
She was Wilma's mother. And she was mad always because not Barney, Fred would never like amount to anything. So she was always mad at it.
Wasn't there a second Flintstones movie?
Yes, Viva Rock Vegas.
And that was the one that had the band. Everybody. Wasn't the band in it
Rock
B-52s?
Yep. And they did Rock Lobster.
Yep.
It broke.
No more finger panties for you.
Budget time. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What do we think it costs to make? Hold on. I want to say something. We got to preface this.
I also feel like after we I know I don't like preface either. I don't like
UK 1975.
Yeah, even though
Their first movie.
we're talking about 2001 here.
Yeah.
It was not made in 2001.
Yeah, obviously.
But also, I feel like we do need to, after we do this, talk more about this. We haven't even.
We will. We're getting to the questions about favorite character, favorite scene.
I'm gonna go under $1 million with this.
Okay.
Let's do 400,000.
400,000. Okay. All right.
2 million.
2 million. I guessed 1 million as well. The budget to this movie, $280,000.
Is this the lowest one?
This would be the lowest recorded budget of it, and also that's back then too. So you got to think
how much money has this movie made?
No, you can't look. We're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's like you've never been on the podcast.
Okay, so first run.
Oh my word!
First run all together with all the re-releases. What do we think it's made together? $2 million.
Is this like still just? Is this like is like the bulk everything that?
No, so this is going to be all theatrical releases together.
Yeah, I really don't know. I couldn't.
I'm gonna go. It was 1975. This had to have re-released multiple times.
It has. Yes, multiple times. And it's actually, I believe, re-releasing in theaters shortly.
Is it?
I'm gonna do.
Oh, see, you were premature with your pick.
20 mil.
$20 million. So the original theatrical run, it made $2.3 million in 1975. Since then, in all of its re-releases, it's made $5.5 million.
Oh.
That's a big return on $280,000.
Yeah, 100%. And the return is these people's their career.
Correct. They got to do a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Yeah. So there's no opening weekend numbers just because it is what it is. Tomatometer time. Rotten Tomatoes score. The Ratty Teas. What do you think critics and audience gave this out of 100%?
This is a weird one. I don't know. I think it'd be high. I think a lot of people know about it.
I think it would be too.
I'm gonna go 76 audience.
Okay.
82 critics.
Okay.
Drives me nuts when you do audience first.
I do whatever my brain does
Throws
first.
me off.
Let him do.
So you said 80 something critics.
Yeah, I'm not like anybody else.
Walla does what Walla does.
Exactly.
Aware of that. You said 80 something critics. I mean, yeah.
We'll do. Yeah, I'm gonna do 76. We'll do 76 audience and critics will do 82.
Okay.
I'm going to say
Deep thought.
Deep thoughts with Tara.
What's going on in her brain right now?
I'm going to say 84 critics. But I'm going to say
Are you about to price it right?
91
Oh,
audience.
All right.
All right.
Because I think this is an audience movie. I'm actually thinking I'm high on critics.
I also think this is like generation
Yeah.
bridging.
Yeah. It's hard to say because I would.
I'm gonna laugh as it gets like a 10.
I wish that we could have, because the ratings, this wasn't even a thing. You didn't do this back in the 70s, obviously.
No.
So I would be interested to see how it's like, if it's fluctuated on with re-releases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, we'd never know, but
I wonder if there's a way to track like Rotten Tomato score by year, like see if
it's fluctuated.
Yeah. So I guess 75 for critics and 85 audience.
I mean, Steve, pretty close.
Critics 96.
It's up there. Yeah.
Audience.
Yes.
Audience.
Critics 96.
Audience.
Critics 96.
Audience 97.
This is the highest scoring one we've had.
No.
What is the highest?
Jurassic Park.
What was Jurassic Park?
98.
Like, all of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, this is close.
Have we done anything that was?
This is the
100?
highest scoring comedy that we've done.
Yes,
easily.
this is definitely the highest score.
Hands down.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, what was?
Have we done anything that was 100%?
I don't
on
think
one
there
of the sides?
is anything
No,
that's
there's
100%.
There's got to be.
Stuff starts out at 100%.
Well,
right?
always, because there's like one.
Right, like amazing, worst movie ever. But I think this is definitely the highest rated comedy. Now, there's not as many critic scores as there are audience scores on the site. I noticed there was like 44,000 audience score, but there was only like 700 critics. Still a lot, but not enough for me.
When you compare them to some of the other ones.
Exactly. All right, who's your favorite character in this movie, Wally?
There's like a million. There's a million.
It's a
of
million characters, and they're all playing the characters. So,
Which makes it even funnier.
But I do like I like Lancelot or whatever. Oh no, I like the bridge guy, the one that asks the questions. It just randomly kills. He's really funny.
It's funny.
I like the the dude up in the tower, was it Prince whatever?
Yeah.
That ends up dying. He's fucking hilarious.
I need to talk. That's that scene where he's up there and when he's like trying to sneak the note, he just like really. But even before that, when the dad is telling the guards not to leave, and they have that whole
conversation,
back and forth dialogue, and he's like, "You make sure he stays," and he goes, "So, but if we leave, can you come with us?" And he's like, "No, you don't leave. You stay here.
You don't leave."
And then they go to follow him out, and he's like, "No."
Is Lancelot the one that kills everybody?
I think it is.
Yeah.
That'll be my favorite.
He's overzealous.
I'll lock that one down.
He's overzealous.
Yep.
He's overzealous. So my favorite is either going to be the Black Knight, right, who gets all of his arms and
French
legs
guy?
chopped off, or the French guy at the top of the. It's hilarious, and everything that he says is hilarious.
I told him he already got one.
And those dudes just laugh. Yeah. And then them to do the. I guess this goes into my scene, but them to do the Trojan horse thing, right?
Oh yeah.
And the guy's like, okay, and me and Lancelot and whoever are gonna jump out of it at night.
How are you gonna?
But who's gonna jump out? And his fucking cage keeps falling down. And he keeps putting it up.
Constantly, the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you even have that?
For the joke.
It's so good.
But that was hilarious because he works it himself out that he was like, oh yeah, we're not in there. And he's kind of like, oh,
like he had
well, I can
this,
make a
he
badger.
had this plan, this whole big
Right.
It's perfect.
I also, I mean, the knights who say
Fought in
knee,
your general
the
direction.
knights who say knees, that's gold. The Black Knight scene is
funny,
gold.
yeah.
But also, I mean, the one I already said with them arguing about them staying in the room, but the bunny scene where they all go to fight the bunny, and they're like, really, this is what we have to get past. That's just,
it's fun.
That's really, it's all funny.
If you go,
bring out your dead.
If you can really get into the
I'm
idea
not dead yet.
that this is a bunch of dudes writing a skits, it makes it way more funny.
Yeah.
Like you can't go into this thinking it's a fucking movie.
Honestly, even this the theme of the whole movie of them just skipping everywhere, pretending to be on horses, like
the coconuts.
And then the argument
and
about the
just doing
coconuts
this
of
too,
where they got the coconuts, and like
I like that the next scene after they gain all those dudes, they're all riding fake horses, but no one questions it.
Nope,
they're just riding fake
they're
horses.
all just on board with it.
But there's only one guy doing the.
But there are horses elsewhere, right?
Which makes
you
it even
see
funnier.
horses in this movie. Yes, did I imagine that?
Oh,
I don't think I saw a horse.
I'm not sure if I'm being honest.
The guy
No, there's
who
no horse.
sells them the shrubbery, what's pulling his cart?
Two dudes doing.
There are dudes pulling carts, so I'm not sure. I can't remember if I'm being honest. I'm really not sure if I'm being honest. I know in the beginning it's a dude pulling the death cart.
Yeah,
But I don't remember any of the carts.
You think those are all real people on there? Probably, right?
They get chucked on top of other real people.
Yeah.
like genuine.
I'll take care of it. And he just whacks a dude on the head.
Bring out your dead.
That was funny. So yeah, favorite part of scene then, I guess. I mean, we were kind of talking about it, but
there's a lot. There's obviously a lot of them, but I really think my there's too many. I really like the Knights of Knee, and I like the Black Knight. The Black. It's hard not to quote that. The French guy, I can quote almost that whole thing.
It's hilarious. The scene where you're just
we are now the knights who say iki iki iki.
Well, just seeing all those fake animals flying over the fucking wall, but then the one duck like flies like, oh shit. It's funny. Oh god. We're gonna get copyright strike.
The Knights in Knee too is like, that's a prime example of almost too much British humor for me.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where I'm like watching it, I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then you get to the French shit, and I'm like, that's fucking funny. That's super direct line to my funny bone.
You ever watch certain things from other countries and they're like making a joke about something that is obviously not political, but like you would only
directly
understand
related?
if you were there, and you're like,
the fuck?
This is funny, right? But I don't get it.
You're right. There's guys pulling his cart. There's two guys pulling the cart that he's on.
I thought you'd be like, oh, fucking French.
No, I'm not. If they're from Quebec, maybe. From the goddamn Quebec, huh? Tara, I mean, you kind of touched on it, but
so many. I said so many.
It's hard to pick.
Any what the fuck moments then?
The rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
fucking
yeah.
murder rabbit is it's hilarious.
I'm gonna go with just at the end, like you said, where he's just going around killing everybody.
The
It's
animated part
not
at the end too is kind of fucking
that,
weird.
yeah.
The famous depiction of galloping horses by using coconut shells came about from the purely practical reason that the production simply could not afford horses.
Steve was probably going to say that here
Yes.
in about
Was
5
it?
10 minutes.
That was one,
Well,
one of my
I
fun
was looking
facts.
up if there were horses in the movies,
Yeah.
and that's the first thing that came up.
Literally word for word.
Sorry.
A traditional radio show sound effect, though. The
No, really?
coconuts. Yeah.
Sorry, you should have stopped me when I was
No,
saying
you're
were there any
talking.
horses in the
That's
movie.
fine.
I
I'm
was
not
probably
gonna
gonna
take the thunder
come
away from you.
up.
It's fine. I got other fun
no.
facts. I can
Okay.
say those.
Okay.
Should I try to look those up too?
I'll give you this thing. You can read the fun facts. I don't care.
You had me
Tara's
do
fun
that one
facts of the
time.
week. That's fine. I mean, guess what? Fuck it. The fun facts of the fucking week. Cool. Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and Genesis all contributed to this movie's budget.
What?
Did they give him like 20
I
bucks?
was about to
Yeah,
say,
I
they
know,
couldn't have
right?
contributed much.
What the fuck?
Yeah, sure. You need horses? No. Here's some
I
coconuts.
ain't got you.
Right.
Get you a little dazed and confused.
During one of the first screenings of this movie in front of a live audience, co-writer and co-director Terry Jones noticed that when the music was played during the jokes, there was a marked reduction of laughter from the audience. He went back and edited the music out whenever a punchline was delivered. At subsequent screenings, he noticed a dramatic increase in the audience's positive reactions to the jokes. From that point on, whenever he directed, he remembered to stop the music for the funny parts.
That might have been like a. It's like, do you think everyone started doing that afterwards? Is that
That's a
trend
trailblazer.
setting?
Maybe, yeah.
trailblazer.
But think about it, right? Like, if you're making a joke and then you put music, people are like,
What?
what's happening? Right? Like, you can't laugh. It's not giving you a time to laugh. I mean, maybe if you're doing something like that, you're like, oh, this was funny. All right.
It was so funny.
I'm in it. The Black Knight was first played by John Cleese, but when Arthur cuts off the first leg, a real one-legged actor, a local silversmith, was used.
Oh, wow.
I always thought that, like, watching this or watching other, like, movies where they have,
They
like...
did the, like, where they tie it to their ass.
Right. And I was like, he doesn't have a face. They could just use the dude with one leg. No arm.
They just slowly bringing people missing
or other things.
appendages.
Finally just get the guy with nothing. Oh, that's...
Sorry, we got to dress you up in this helmet, dude.
This movie's abrupt ending came about because it didn't have the budget for a large-scale battle sequence.
I called it.
No,
Hey.
you got
We
it.
ran out of money.
Well, shit. I can't call Genesis up anymore. Fucking Phil Collins
Which
is doing
Kind of
Tarzan.
makes it all the more funny when the cops show up.
True.
Like, if you run out of money and then you're like, okay, how are we going to fuck it? We can't do this.
Right.
Just bring in the cops. You think they
Yeah.
filmed the whole cop segment after the fact then?
Probably,
at the
right?
end.
Like, they probably did it
Like
in
Fourth
order.
Wall-E, kind of like.
Yeah, like, all right, what do we do? I got it. No. Wait. Let's bring in cops.
Do you think that movie's always filmed in
Order
like out
back
of
then.
order, or do you think back then they filmed like?
I
in
think
order?
depending on the scale of your production.
And how the characters
Obviously,
look, and
most
the character
movies these
development
days,
stuff.
they
No.
movies and shows and stuff.
It's
they
all
don't
planned
film.
out
Yeah.
of okay, what because
What's
there's
convenient.
well also there's
schedules.
different teams. So there's like a B team and A
Yeah.
team depending on and you're right, yeah. Okay.
actors and stuff.
This actor can only shoot for 3 months and this guy can't come in until later. All right, we'll do these scenes first or
Yeah.
whatever
Imagine
you can do.
being that kind of dude, the scheduling guy for
Right,
this
no,
shit.
I'm
It
good.
sounds like a nightmare.
Nightmare.
That's why they get listed in the fucking
They get a little
like their little
on the
thing.
yep. On the credits. So, final decisions out of 10. What would we give it? Score, and is this a must-watch, a recommend, or a skip? Wally first, because you picked it.
I'm going to go 7-8, and I'm going to go must watch.
7.8, must-watch. Explain yourself.
It's a journey into a cool kind of funny comedy.
Okay.
And not only that, it's a classic.
Yeah.
As Steve said, maybe a trendsetter.
A trendsetter.
And the shit is hilarious. And look, if you don't know, if you like this comedy, it's worth watching to find out if you want to watch this comedy. So if you're like,
that makes
if
sense.
you're like, hey, you ever watched anything British humor related?
Right.
This is probably the first thing you're going to list off your mouth, like off the top of your head. Anyways, but yes, I love this movie. I find it very hilarious. It makes me laugh every time.
What do you got?
I'm gonna say 7.
Sam.
Like it's entertaining, but I do think it if you've seen it multiple times, it does lose its
luster.
Yeah, well, just because so much of the funny is how ridiculous it is. So sometimes if you know, like once you know
it's coming,
it loses some of that.
Yeah, I agree
Some of
with
the
that.
ridiculous shock factor, you know what I mean, is gone. But I still think it's worth watching, and I do think it's a must watch. Like I think if you've never seen it, I would still be like, okay, no, you have to watch this. Because I think that's when it's in its prime. Is when you don't know the ridiculous stuff.
Makes sense. Cool. So I'm going to give this a 6.5. A little low, but hear me out. So I remember watching this movie as a child and absolutely loving it, laughing at every single thing. And like you kind of said, the more you watch it, the more the things that are funny are because you're not expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're expecting it, and if you're watching with a group of friends like who haven't seen it, you're like, oh, dude, this part, you got to watch this part. It's fucking hilarious. Cool. But then that kind of wears off. And every time you watch it, it kind of loses that luster.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're watching it with people and you're just feeding off of each other because you're quoting it too, or you're joking around or whatever.
But if you're watching it by yourself, if you've seen it a couple times, it's kind of like, all right.
It's fine.
That's funny.
You're snickering.
That's funny. Oh, he lost his arm. He's still fucking, whatever.
Like I was actually in the kitchen making lunch when like the Black Knight part was on.
Right.
And I was in there doing while making my lunch, I was doing the 'tis but a flesh wound. Like I was doing it, but I wasn't like, busting out laughing while hearing it.
Sure. So I'm going to give this a recommend. I don't think it's a must watch because I think we're kind of past that point of this type of humor, if that makes sense.
You just think time
has passed it by, I think, because watching it today, I felt like a young kid going, let me just get on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like I felt like that.
What would young Steve rate? What would a young Steve rate?
A young Steve. So in today, or
if
back
you can
then,
remember,
if I could go back to the first couple times I watched it, I'm 8.5. Like this is the funniest shit ever. No way, no one's topping
this. What about you,
this.
Tara? Since you're also kind of like the train has passed. What would a young Tara maybe rate this if you
probably
can?
Same, like 8,
I do think I would probably rate it similar, but that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to rate it.
It's also a taste.
I'm trying to rate it,
like a
but
big time.
I was trying to rate it as in its prime. That's what I was trying, because I don't want to rate it because I'm sick of it. This is how I rate it. I'm rating it
as like watching a good movie. You could watch your favorite movie for the 1,000th time.
Yeah, and that 1,000th time it may not be as
I get it.
as good, but I would still rate it.
Yeah. This movie to me just loses luster every time you watch it.
Yeah.
We're like a Superbad, which again is my prime of growing up.
Fucking funny.
I can watch that every time. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
Like when you have to talk about movies like that's one of them.
The
like
Superbad,
Anchorman,
the
Superman,
Wedding Crashers, like stuff. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, she needs a little spermicidal lube.
I don't know how she's gonna handle your 3-inch.
God damn it! Yeah,
thank
perfect.
you for your lube.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks.
People don't forget.
In the way that people don't forget.
You got a brother, man? Hey, you got a brother?
You look like Jimmy. These eyes.
I love it. How that song's playing.
Yeah.
And it's just him silhouette dancing.
You sing it, right? Sing some.
It's so good.
It is good. But yeah, 6.5, recommend. I didn't read everything. Something about could not pay attention to this movie. Picked up my phone multiple times and just checked out after the night scene. I don't know. I'm just not into this type of movie anymore, but still hold it in a higher regard than most movies from this era. So again, 6.5, recommend. Definitely watch it if you want to see where comedy gets its legs from, because I feel like without Monty Python, you don't get where we are with certain movies that came after it.
Sure.
But also nowadays, I feel like comedy has left it behind. I think comedy movies in general are a hard sell now because people don't know what to make fun of or what to have fun of.
There's, like we've talked about, there's all these different levels of comedies now, like because there's so many different styles.
Exactly. And like you can't have a Superbad now because it's offensive, you know.
I think you can still have you can still do it without it being too far.
You could try
past
to do
the line.
it, but
those are one-offs. I think Superbad's a one-off.
For sure.
I don't think anyone knew that movie was going to be like that at the end of the day.
I wonder how many of those movies are like that, where they make them and they're having fun, they think it's funny, but they're like, if it goes well, it does well.
Yeah, just accidental trend setting is what all those ones we listed did.
Well, also the cool thing about Superbad is it is a real story from Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg growing up. Like Seth and Evan are Seth and Evan in the movie. I think that hits too because it's a real life story, not, hey, I'm just making this up.
Yeah.
So, cool. Next week, it's Josh's pick. He couldn't be here because he's out with a fucking concussion.
He got rocked.
That hockey shit.
By some dude's ass.
Oh, dude.
Apparently.
He'll be fine.
Well, I'm pretty sure Tom Wilson broke his nose in yesterday's game. The way that it looked. So him and Josh had relatable experiences yesterday.
Nice.
They had a fun time playing the old hockey. But his pick is next week. The pick is in. We're going to do something we haven't actually done on this show yet.
Which I feel like opens it up because I could come up with some other ones that I would.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Whoa. What are we talking about?
Hold on, here's the thing.
Because I didn't read all the messages.
We're doing.
Do you ever?
He skims them.
I do. I really do.
Nothing important. I don't see my name. Yeah. We're going to do a double feature. But this double feature is together. So you can't just be like, well, this movie goes to this movie. This is the Grindhouse double feature that came out. Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez,
shit.
Death Proof, and Planet Terror.
Dude, Death Proof. Fucking, this shit's good.
What?
Terror.
Tara.
Planet Terror.
Yeah, it's Planet Tara. That's what it is now. We're going to take all that and just Tara.
Debra.
Where'd you get that from?
Deborah.
Probably Deborah. Where'd you get
Deborah?
Deborah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Same.
And she said,
but different.
Deborah.
But still. Anyway,
what's it so pretty? What's the origin of that? I believe it's Deborah.
I'm looking forward to it because these two movies are great, and these are my style of like shitty, gory, grindhousey B type movies that were like whatever.
What are they?
So it's called Grindhouse.
Well, yeah.
Presents Death Proof.
Yeah.
And Planet Tara.
Death Proof has a
Kurt Russell
in it, right?
Yeah. There's also some actresses in there too that you'll be like, oh in it. And then Planet Terror, if you haven't seen anything from that, all you need to know is a girl puts a machine gun on her fucking leg, and she's got a machine gun leg. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. What years were these?
2004, 6,
I feel like
something
I've seen them, but I've definitely been.
You've probably definitely seen clips.
Oh yeah, there's no way you haven't.
Yeah.
I remember going to the theater and seeing it, and dude, it was such a cool experience because you don't get this anymore. They had literally, you go in, you watch the first movie, and there's an intermission, and it's playing the intermission thing, and they give you like, oh, you got 10 minutes or whatever it is. Go out, take a piss, get some snacks, come back in and watch the second movie.
How long is it? Like the total?
They're not. It's not. So I think one might be almost 90 minutes, and the other one's like 70. So they're not super long movies. That's why it's a good double feature. But they're still fleshed out good movies.
Oh, dude, I'm in.
Oh yeah,
I'm in.
Death Proof. All you need to know: Kurt Russell driving a car, being a badass,
meant to be,
killing people.
Meant to be. What's that movie he did? What's that movie he did where he was driving the dad vehicle, like the SUV, and then the tractor trailer like ran him off the road?
Kurt Russell?
Yeah, turns out he took his wife or something like that too, and Kurt Russell just turns into this badass. Don't tell me you've never fucking seen this movie. The end of the movie,
Richard Death Proof, is
the 18-wheeler's just hanging. And hold on,
it might be this movie. I mean,
no, definitely not.
Definitely not. Not a group of girls.
Anyways, we can
get their asses kicked.
But no.
Kurt Russell, executive decisions.
Nice.
Fucking just being a boss. Remember, and I'm always gonna say this: the last words of fucking Disney, Walt Disney, was Kurt
Russell.
Have
we done any of the fucking escapes?
No.
What are we doing?
I'm waiting for you guys.
God damn it! It's called Breakdown.
Breakdown.
I just said that.
Oh, you did. Speak up.
I did. I said breakdown.
You did
under your voice.
Well, you guys were talking.
No,
I said breakdown. And I said it.
You
twice.
said it over at the wall.
Yeah, you got to be in the mic.
I said it at the wall. Really?
Yeah, you faced the
did.
fucking wall and you said.
See,
breakdown.
didn't hear it. You realize there's a vocal pattron of these microphones. Is you got to be in.
That's a great movie, by the way.
You're telling me you can't hear me right now.
Do this.
You're telling me you can't hear me right now.
It's
yes.
It's not good though.
But I can hear you.
It's not unidirectional.
You're telling me
you
that
need
you
to be
can't
like,
hear me right now. You
it
can't
was
hear
breakdown.
This? You can't hear this?
Yeah, but if I'm having a
we'll have
conversation with
proof
him,
because we'll watch it back.
breakdown. You won't watch it back.
Watch Breakdown. Check it out.
Breakdown.
You both would like it. It's a good
It's
Kurt
Kurt
Russell
I'm
It's
movie.
Kurt
watching
Russell.
too
Yeah,
much
yeah.
Kurt Russell this week, so
This is
He's only in one.
This doesn't feel like
What else
Kurt,
are you watching, Kurt
this doesn't
Russell?
feel
that's
like
enough.
Kurt
Is that
Russell.
not enough?
No. Kurt Russell's in everything.
I did watch a little clip of a Goldie Hawn Kurt Russell interview the other day.
Oh, yeah. Was it fucking from the set of...
They're married, right?
what's the one where he's...
They're not
She
married.
she
not?
bonks her head and she can't remember what's the fucking movie.
Overboard.
Overboard. Thank you.
No, they're not married.
It's
They're
great,
just
by the way.
They have a child,
they have multiple children.
multiple children.
But just
They
not
are
married.
they are
Oh,
They
My
just living. They
inspiration.
just living,
I knew it was going there.
just having a good time.
They've been together for like 40 something years.
Again, having a good time,
Dude,
hanging and banging.
They got it figured out. Hanging and banging.
good old. It made
I guess they got it
produced
figured
Wyatt
out, man.
Russell.
Is his name Wyatt?
Wyatt Russell.
What a
Yeah,
good
he was
fucking
married.
name,
He was
man.
married
God damn it.
before. But him and Goldie Hawn have been together since
His son's
1983.
an actor too in a couple movies, right? Wyatt Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Wyatt
Captain America in
Russell.
the show.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yep.
He's in whatever 2.
He was the asshole.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Wyatt Russell.
Goon 2. He was in 23 Jump Street. No,
He
22
was
Jump
in
Street.
Overlord. That movie was fucking wild.
I didn't like that movie. I thought it was gonna be great and it wasn't bad.
That movie's. Here's the thing, though. I went in when we went to see that movie. I didn't know anything about it.
So that probably made it
So,
better. I had an expectation.
It started, and I was like, "Oh my god, he brought me to another fucking military movie."
It's a
And
World
then
War
by
II
the
fucking yeah.
by the end of it, I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
Zombie
'Cause
Nazis.
He didn't know that I didn't know anything about it either. At one point, I don't remember.
Already in.
At some point into the
Dead
movie, I just
Snow.
looked at him and I was like, "What?
Watch those.
What is this?" And he was like,
Ooh.
"Did you not know anything about this
I
movie?"
know
And I
my
was
next
like,
movie.
"I said, Karen,
Write it
I'd
down.
never even seen a trailer.
I'm just gonna.
I had never even heard of it."
Yeah.
And I was like,
It was okay.
"What the fuck am I watching?"
I give it a good 5 out of 10.
Well, and then Kate Hudson is
Right.
is
Goldie Hawn's daughter. but
Goldie
not-
Hawn's
not-
daughter.
Not
and
Kurt Russell.
Oliver Hudson
Right.
is Goldie Hawn's daughter. I mean,
Ol-
son.
How do
I
you
was gonna
spell
say, I was gonna-
Piercer?
Snowpiercer. Yep, I got it. Don't worry, I'll remember that.
Snowpiercer.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, next week the double feature, Grindhouse. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm in.
Is Snowpiercer the train
Yes,
Yep. So
with Chris
it-
Evans?
yes.
yeah, it's a prequel
The show.
to Willy Wonka.
We'll get into that when Wally picks it on a future episode.
I'm serious.
He's serious.
I am serious.
I'm serious. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Watching. If you are
Watching it,
liking
yeah.
what you're hearing, because you know we're so good at this, find us on our social media at decisionreel.com. What? At The Decision Reel for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can find us at www.thedecisionreel.com to find our website where you can listen or see past episodes, find merch, support us, buy t-shirts, hats, cups, stickers, stuff.
Cups, but
Oh,
like
cups.
nut protection cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to protect them nuts.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what we're doing? Signing off. Bye.
Later.